All right, guys, welcome to the Talking Shit with B-Rag podcast. Today, we have two very special guests. As you guys know, on the last episode, we had stand-up comic, local stand-up comic, Mike Burns. He was... Come on, dude, really? I just see the change machine, just like I was telling you. It fucking goes off and she goes ape shit. Sorry about that. So, Mike set us up with two local stand-up comics, friends of his or whatever. So, we got Blake Whitbeck and J.Connolly over here. What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys making the drive out here to do the show.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having us.
Here, let me intro the show back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. Sorry, we just had to take a little break. We had to do a little pee-pee break and a little ciggy break. So, all right, continue.
No, like
we're talking about drinking booze, which you guys all know it's my favorite thing in the whole fucking world. So if it was a sport, I would be a fucking professional.
but like getting drunk on stage is like a funny thing for me. So like the Thursday, there's a open mic at Lark Street on Thursday night.
What's Lark Street?
It's a bar in downtown Albany.
Wow, you've really never been to Albany, really?
Skating, but not really, no.
Oh, damn.
Syracuse, I'm more familiar with, just because, I don't know.
Shit about Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Out here, we just never, I don't know. I got my dirt bike stolen in Albany a couple years ago.
Sounds about right.
In Washington Square Park. That was fun.
That's right near Lark Street.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Well, yeah, I got a dirt bike
So
stolen
you know where
there.
we were at, yeah.
But that mic, there's two mics that night. So then there's one at 217, which is like a bar maybe a block and a half away.
Okay.
And so we all go to that one. And then, that's like any other mic. I'm having 4 beers.
You look like you drink Guinness.
Yeah. It does. It fits I'll drink anything.
It fits your
really,
persona.
But I prefer that. If that was the one beer left.
Sorry.
With my
No, if he
beret.
had the
Your
money,
beret.
that's what he'd be drinking.
Yeah, right. If the money was no object, it would be Guinness all the time.
So is that the thing, like, when you sign up to do an open mic, like, are you allowed to are drinks free?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
my
I'm
God,
just,
that'd be amazing.
That's what I thought it was.
This hobby's like as expensive as like building a car. Like essentially when you break it down over
See, you
the
just shattered
period
the
of like,
dream. I thought, like,
No.
oh, you're doing comedy, you get
sometimes
to drink for free.
shows, sometimes, but not even all the time there. Usually, so a lot of times it'll be like you get one.
What?
And one's happy to have the one.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely...
Yeah, especially when you're nervous for the show. You're like, man, let me take the edge off before
There's a secret to comedy where most comics
Drink
at least,
before they get there.
Well, no, but I would say like
That's what I would do.
Probably.
some do though. Some do. I know some do.
I would be drinking before I got there. Like, I was trying, like, because you guys got here a little early, so, like, I wasn't even remotely set up when you were like, oh, we'll be there at 1:40. At 1:15, none of this was set up. I was just,
Oh, my bad.
I just got back from Walmart, and, like, I had to go grab some shit, and my girl left. She had to go meet her parents or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I got to eat something. So I'm like eating, and I'm like, fuck, I got to walk the dog before fucking we start because she's going to go crazy if I don't. So I'm like running around the block. Then I get back here, and I'm like trying to set everything up, and I'm just like like chugging beers before you guys got here.
And I'm eating a gas station chicken sandwich over there where you're like panicking. Yeah. Like we went over there to buy beer.
Yeah, dude.
And like I got a sandwich. I haven't eaten anything today. So I'm just in there.
Yeah.
And you're like
I'm fucking
beers.
pounding beers, freaking out. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be ready for them.
Yeah, he's hungover from last night. Like, maybe if I just start drinking now,
Oh, yeah.
It'd be better.
we just fix it.
Dude, I crushed 15 beers yesterday and went and finished Christmas shopping.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I had quite a bit last night.
That's a way to
But
do it.
Friday night usually it's up in Saratoga. It's like a fun night.
How do you get around? You're just driving yourself? You
it's-
carpool?
Drive
Like,
around,
Sometimes get a ride, but
I have a Dewey, so it's a little nerve-wracking
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I got one when I was in the club on my motorcycle.
Oh, no.
And I tried to outrun the cops, and it was a whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But I didn't go to jail, so that's good.
I know somebody that happened to. Same
Yeah.
exact thing.
I think
You
ran?
could get away so many times.
I
on the
did
bike.
get away, and then it was nighttime, so like,
Do you have like a crotch rocket or
no, I had a Harley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Harley guy. So, I got away. I blew by a cop at 115. And I'd been drinking all day. But usually they don't fuck with you when you're going that fast. If you're
Right.
going that fast and you go by them, and especially if you got colors on, they're not fucking pulling you over. It was a state trooper, and he was a newbie, and he was also training another newbie. So
Oh,
there was
right.
two
You
of them in
have to.
one car.
Right.
So they fucking spun right around, and I was in between Fort Plain and St. Johnsville. So like I knew where I was, but like I didn't know the back roads that well, and I was on 5S. Well, I saw him fucking whip around in my rear view, so I'm like, well, fuck this. So I dip off on a side road, and like fucking 20 minutes goes by, and I don't hear anything, but it got dark out, and the lid that I wore had a black windshield or a black shield.
Yeah.
So I had to pull it up, and then I was on like a gravel road, and like you can't obviously speed on a gravel road
Right.
on a motorcycle. So I slowed down, and like I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like I'm going probably like 30 miles an hour. I got my visor up, and then all of a sudden I see these fucking lights coming in hot, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they flip the lights on. I'm just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. They're like, oh yeah, you think you're so fucking smart running, blah blah blah. They were so pissed. They're like, yeah. They're like, you're a fucking idiot though. They're like, you obviously don't know this area because you're in a gully right now. So we just sat up there and waited for you to get on it. And once we heard your fucking pipes, we knew exactly where you were. I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah. So they got me.
Yeah, I would have been terrible. I would have like parked in the woods and slept there.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
I wouldn't have fucking left.
I was going to the clubhouse. So like I was literally, once I called, I had the president at the time come and get me because I had to go to the police station or whatever. And he went and picked my bike up for me. And then once he picked me up, he goes, hey, idiot, you realize you were only 2 miles from the house, right? And I'm like,
Like if you just kept going, you would have beat them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, you fucking dumbass. He's like, you were on my road. I'm like, I didn't know. I'm like, I didn't know where the fuck I was. He's like, yeah. He goes, once you told me where you were, I'm just like, this fucking idiot. Like, you're fucking 2 miles down the road from the house. Like, so yeah, that was fun. So I get a little nervous. If I'm not on the thruway, I try not to.
Really?
Actually, that's a lie. I'm totally lying to you guys.
Wait, you think the throughway's safer? Or
Hell
not safe?
yeah, cruise
Really?
control, baby.
All highway is
Cruise
safer.
control. Now
so?
I can't do it because somebody's gonna see this and throw me under the bus. But my fucking routine's done.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't. I
Don't
always
drink and drive,
figured-
kids.
Yeah, don't drink and drive. It's so bad.
I
for
feel
you.
like where I'm from, the back roads are like.
Oh yeah, back roads are great, but I'm saying like if I'm coming home from work, like it's a straight shot down the thruway. Like you're not turning, you're not.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
You don't. You turn. You
You
don't turn.
barely have to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You hit cruise
You got to hit the
control.
loop off the throughway, and
Right.
that's it.
You
Yeah.
hit cruise control and you just go like this. You don't have to pass cars.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I do, but you
Right.
don't have to.
Dude, my car's got the fucking lane correction now. So as long
Oh,
as
that
I
would
just have
drive
like a
me
hand
nuts.
on the wheel, it's like, what do
I
you
don't
want
want-
me to do with this?
I don't understand that. Like how Teslas drive themselves. Like, have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've seen pornos like where guys are fucking a girl in a Tesla, and it's like that's the title of the porn. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
fucking girl while
We've all
Tesla
seen it.
drives it. Yeah, you've had to have seen this. It's
seen
all over it's all over Pornhub.
I hate that though. Like the car, like
It's
car
weird.
driving itself
It's
is
so
not-
weird, dude. I don't like
Like
it.
I'm for like a lot of technology stuff.
See, I don't like it.
Some of it I think is good. But like self-driving cars and like delivery robots, like people are just gonna knock that shit over.
Here's
like
my
it's gonna.
issue. I don't even believe they're actually driving. I think that they have like a green screen that's just going by.
Oh, the
That's
porno
faking it.
you're
Oh,
talking
that
about?
porn.
Oh, no, dude, these are real.
Oh, we were gonna move on past the porn.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
I didn't
just-
know what
I
you
thought
were
you just
talking.
meant car-
I thought
the
you were
cars
talking
in
about the
general.
car. Like I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
the
be like
cars are fake.
I thought you were gonna be like one of those simulator people. It's like it's all a simulation.
Yeah, they're all fake. They don't actually exist. Have you seen one?
Yeah,
actually?
right. I saw a Cybertruck in Johnstown the other day. I'm like, what motherfucker in Johnstown's got that kind of money to buy a
know.
Cybertruck?
I love the videos of them like sliding around in the snow.
Dude,
Like, they don't work in snow.
I like watching these, like, because all the YouTubers that I watch are like hillbilly guys, and like they're like, let's see what this truck can really do.
Sure.
And it's like they just destroy the piss out of these things, and they're like, yo, it's fucking made of plastic. It's a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
This thing ain't hauling nothing. It's so funny to watch them just
Well,
beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Once pickup trucks became like the new sports car.
Yeah, everybody's got a truck.
Whether or not you use it for what you
Right,
need
yeah.
it for or not, like everybody's got a fucking pickup truck.
Right.
And
That's who it's for. It's for
that's
those
it's
people.
for the people that want it like a sports car.
Right, yeah.
Like they want
100%.
and like, yeah, you're gonna occasionally fix the railing at your house, so you're gonna have to go pick up some lumber or something. But like, you're not hauling anything. You're not, You know, maybe
You're
you're
not
going to
towing anything.
You're not towing
not-
anything.
Yeah.
You're moving maybe your daughter into college with it or
Right,
something or whatever. But like, yeah, it's not the people that buy it.
The groceries fit really nice in the back.
Yeah.
There's not a general contractor buying a work truck.
A Tesla,
and buying
Tesla
the-
work truck.
Yeah.
No, that's
No.
not. I don't even think that's in their vocabulary.
No.
So,
It'd be insane to do that. Like,
plus, I think they have like all those different models and shit. I think the cheapest one's like $125,000. It's like that's
It's fucked.
insane,
Yeah, right.
dude.
People will pay for it though.
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Some motherfucker in Johnstown's got one. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing, guy?
I mean, I've seen like
all over the
Ferraris
place now.
parked on the streets in Albany, and you're like,
That I believe.
not only are you're taking like a risk
Yeah.
doing that, like not that it's going to get stolen, but that somebody's going to fuck with it.
Oh, 100%.
Like if you're not parking that in a driveway
Or a garage.
like it
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be in a garage, but
Like a
if it's
parking
like,
garage
but if
or
you lived in
something.
like this is curbed, like it's sitting on the curb, and you're like,
I've seen a couple drive through here, but I know they're not. They're just here to visit somebody or something. They're not
of
like
course.
staying here.
I've seen drunk college kids like punch mirrors off of regular cars.
Oh, I'd be so.
Like,
I was
let
never
alone
that,
like a Camry, but like like now there's a Ferrari you could do that to. Like,
I was never that kid to like
No.
fuck with somebody's car just because of like pure jealousy. Like,
No.
oh, who the fuck are you? Think you're so cool with a Ferrari? And just like, don't fuck. Who cares?
you could be the last thing.
Right.
That's why you don't do something like that. Like
Yeah.
that guy got fired, his wife left him,
Yeah.
and now he comes in
That's
like,
all he's
and,
got.
like penis is carved into his car with like a key. Like that guy loses his shit and
Right.
kills somebody, kills
Yeah.
himself or whatever. You don't want to be the last straw.
Yeah. Well, anyway, before we went off on that tangent and we went and took a pee break and shit, I wanted to hear about your guys' childhood a little bit. So, like, you hear about comics and stuff today. It's like they all have not similar stories, but it's like their number one thing is like you have to have some sort of not fucked up childhood, but
Yeah.
some sort of traumatic thing or something along the ways. Like, who's like the most normal-ish comedian that you think there is today? That's like prim and proper and like never grew up fucking with a silver spoon in his mouth. Like, I don't know of any. At least the ones that I listen to.
Right. Like I think everybody's got like a thing.
Something fucked up with them, right?
Sure.
From their
Yeah.
childhood. So like,
Usually.
what was it like for you? I mean, because you're closer to my age, and we'll get to you afterwards. But you're closer. Me and you are very similar in age, obviously,
Yeah.
and so like we probably have somewhat. I mean, you grew up in what'd you say, Scotia?
It would burn.
Okay.
East Burn.
So like very rural.
Yeah. Do you know where?
Did you go to like road parties and shit as a kid, and like all like were
What's
you?
a road party?
You know what a road party is?
Oh, that
and
sounds
you're
crazy.
fucking out in the middle of nowhere.
We had like bonfires and shit.
But that was probably in, like,
out
a
the
field.
woods and shit.
Well,
or
we-
like somebody would have a shed.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of
parties and
shed
stuff like
parties.
that.
I've done
But
a lot of
street
them.
Party. That sounds cool.
No, it's not a street party. It's
Road
called-
party?
We call them road parties. So like you go up on the back roads, and like if it's a dead end road or like a lot of dead end roads or like dirt roads up there, they'll have like pull offs and shit.
Yeah.
And then you just pull up to them and, 200 people show up and you block it all off and you have a huge fucking fire. And it's like
that's
people
fun.
from Little Falls, from Herkimer, from Mohawk, from Ilion, from all over. They all come together at one party. And then usually a huge fight breaks out, which
yeah.
is definitely going to happen.
Oh.
So yeah, we call them road parties.
That's crazy. No, we there was one family that threw big parties up there.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
That was me. I
know.
threw a lot of parties.
Yeah, we loved it. I mean, that was we didn't block off any roads, but that's such a great idea.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
pretty
we did
sick.
that. Yeah.
I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's driving on them. So, like, why the
Yeah.
fuck not?
No, we were doing it on properties.
Well, because like when
Which was dumb,
when the
'cause the
cops
cops
show
would show
up,
up,
here's
yeah.
here's the thing: when you're at a road party, when a cop shows up, they can't blame anybody. Like nobody's taking the blame for that.
Right. Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like,
get the fuck
not
out
me.
of here. Like nobody. I mean, I'm sure people definitely got arrested.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
nobody. It's like nobody's taking the blame for that being their property and like because usually if you go to a house party and the cops show up, it's like they can ticket that person for underage drinking,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. But like when you do road parties. Just get
Yeah,
the fuck
who's
out.
liable?
Yeah,
Nobody.
nobody's liable at all.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
So, but yeah, like as far as fuck, what the hell was I? Where was I going with that? Oh, were you a big because in my years of school that I went, I dropped out of high school.
Oh, did you?
Go figure.
Oh, no, shit.
Same.
Yeah, I dropped. What grade?
Junior year.
9th grade.
Whoa, way earlier.
My second time in 9th
Junior
grade.
year, they had to tell me like, you're gonna have to do more than just your senior year, and I was like,
I'm out.
I'm good. Oh no, it wasn't junior year. It was the beginning of senior year. They came and told me.
Fuck.
You said that you like trivia and you dropped out of high school?
Yeah, I just didn't do anything.
That's crazy.
I cut a lot of class. It's
That
all
was my
bullshit. It was
thing.
nonsense.
It was
I didn't
all
need
bull-
it.
I didn't-
help me.
That's awesome. I suck at trivia and I finished
Exactly.
high school, so.
Yeah, my whole me and my stepmom, my stepmom was just telling my girlfriend this last night. Like, she's like, Alex was just like bored. He already knew I didn't have to do my homework, but I could take a test and ace it. Like, I didn't need school. So by 8th grade, I was fucking girls and partying and like doing all that shit, super young. So I did 8th grade twice. Then around here, because it's middle school or whatever the fuck you want to call it, even though it's all in the same school, they will push you on after 2 years automatically to 9th grade.
Yeah.
So I knew I was getting pushed on. So I really didn't fucking care my second year, 8th grade. And then 9th grade came, and then I really didn't give a fuck. So then I got expelled from Herkimer in the 9th grade. So I came back to Mohawk, and I fucked off for the rest of the year then. And then came back, and they're like, dude, you're done. We didn't want to put up with your bullshit anymore. So then I left
crazy.
there, and I changed my address back to Herkimer, and they're like, the only way we're going to allow this to happen is if you don't come to school and you get your GED. And I was like, all right, fair enough. And then I got it within you take this stupid test to see where you're at.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, and they're like, you can just go take the test.
Yeah.
So I did GED for a month or two,
Yeah,
and
same.
then went and took my test, and I was done.
I actually went to Hudson Valley for a semester. I was at Hudson Valley when 9/11 happened.
Really? like for college?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to college in
crazy.
California for a little while.
And I did that for a semester and a half, and I was like, nah, I'm done.
That's what I did.
School is just not for me. I went back at one point to culinary school,
That's what I was gonna do.
and then
I know so many people that do that.
all the chefs were just assholes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I've already worked jobs
Yeah.
where I've had to deal with asshole chefs,
Right.
and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this and pay for it.
I'm gonna show you a picture.
I
This is funny as shit.
I went to Schenectady County Community College for culinary for about a year, maybe a half
I
year.
feel like the loser here because I finished high school. And,
No college? Any college?
No college.
Oh,
no.
so you finished high school but never went to college. We didn't, and we both went to
Yeah.
college.
Isn't that fucked up?
Where the
That's
hell
fucked
is
up.
this? Hold on.
You can get into college with a GED, just
No,
so everybody knows that.
so here's
you
my
can
issue.
drop out of high school.
My parents lost my social security card and birth certificate. So I couldn't prove my identity
I
enough
was
to
that
get into
asshole
college.
chef.
Oh yeah.
I was that asshole chef.
Yo, talk about what you were saying. You were chubby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was a big boy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't even think that's you.
I know.
The tattoos are a giveaway.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
No, you're good.
yeah, I was that asshole chef because that's I dropped out of high school and I was washing dishes. Stop. I was washing dishes at a local restaurant, and he kind of was like, "You don't go to school anyway." He's like, "So just drop out, and I'll just hire you on full time." I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
done." He's
Fuck
like,
it.
"Yeah." He's like, "And you can just start cooking." So I was like, "Okay." So then he taught me a whole bunch of cool shit, and then I was like, met this girl, moved to California, went to college out there,
Sure.
and did that
What
for
is college in quotes?
because I barely went.
Oh,
I did it
okay.
for the financial aid to live out there
Yep.
because California is insanely expensive.
Yep.
So I did that for a little while and then came home and then really dove back into the chef world because I cooked out there for a little bit, but I hated the restaurant I worked at, so I quit. But when I got back here, I got really into it, and then I was home for 2 months, and then moved to Vermont, and then was in Vermont for 5 years and became a sous chef at a ski resort. So I was that asshole chef to people a lot.
But the fact that the
I fired a
teachers
lot
were
of
those
people.
the fact that's the thing.
Yeah.
I get it when it's your boss and it's money and
Yeah.
it's time and it's my ass. You're fucking up on the line. You're getting me in trouble. I get that.
Oh, dude,
but
I
he was
fired a lot of
yelling
people.
that's the thing too. When I went to culinary school, I was 25.
Oh,
So there was a bunch
You
of
would've hated me.
There was a bunch of 18-year-olds
Yeah.
getting yelled at like they've already worked in this industry for 5 years.
So I would get
And like I was like, I didn't like this, and I told off some chefs, and
Yeah.
like it doesn't work the same in school.
So
in a restaurant, you can yell at the chef and have a fight. Like you could fucking yell at each other for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then just go back to work, and then just
Anyway.
go back to work, right? But in school, that teacher just doesn't like you anymore,
Right, and you can fail you.
It doesn't work the same as it was in a restaurant where I
Right.
could go back and forth with a coworker, and then we were drinking beers at the end of the night.
Well, so like at the ski resort, we used to get, you know what New England Culinary Institute is? You
No,
ever heard?
not off the top of my head,
It's a
but-
pretty prestigious like culinary school. So we would get interns, and these little fuckers, because I was younger, like I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 when I was a sous chef there. And for those of you who don't know, sous chef is the step below head chef, which is you basically run the restaurant because the head chef's too busy doing everything.
Yeah, right.
So these fuckers would come in, and it was like right when the Food Network blew up, and all these people thought they were going to be like a famous chef and all this shit, dude. I'd get these little motherfuckers in there that had never been in a line in their life. They have no idea how a fucking restaurant works, dude. I had this one girl, I shit you not, 4 times in a row, burned pasta. Like boiling pasta. Dude, she just forgot about it every time and just turned it into a ball of mush. So I almost lost my job because of that one, because I flipped out. And I was drinking a lot then and doing, like, dude, where I lived in Vermont, there's no cops because you're on the Canadian border. So it's all border patrol. So they don't fuck with you.
Right.
If you're a local, they don't give a fuck what you're doing.
Right.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, fucking drink and drive, do drugs, whatever. So we were doing everything. Plus I was drinking 24/7. Like, I flipped the fuck out on this girl. She was crying, left, like all this shit. I almost lost my job. Like, it was a whole fucking thing. I don't like culinary students. I never did.
I don't like the industry. Is like,
Oh, yeah,
it's fun. There is like a camaraderie and stuff like that. at
yeah, if
times.
you get into a good
But,
kitchen, yeah. But
yeah.
for the most part, dude, it's like the most toxic fucking
yeah,
just like,
everybody hates it. Everyone,
Everybody hates it.
Everyone.
And it's like drugs and alcohol run
Drugs,
that
alcohol,
shit, dude. It's
and-
sex. You're fucking every waitress. Like,
And, like,
it's just wild.
and you're just like
I did it a lot.
punching stainless steel,
Dude,
like
throwing knives at people. That's what I used to do. I'd pick up my chef knife and just fucking chuck it at you. Like, get the fuck away from me.
I've definitely had to like tongs definitely
Dude.
come flying across the fucking line and stuff.
This one girl that I was hooking up with, we were like fighting about something stupid, and like she was a waitress, so she had her hand like this, and she was yelling at me, and I had a fillet knife in my hand because I was breaking down a huge like fillet thing, and I went like this and stabbed it in between her 2 fingers and broke the tip off in the cutting board, just to like scare the shit out, dude. It was bad. I was a real piece of shit. It was crazy.
Kitchens are wild.
Yeah.
People don't understand how their food gets made.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
It ain't good.
I mean, it's not necessarily bad either. It's just it's not what you think.
I
Yeah.
like that. I don't want to know.
It's not all fucking
when you
hugs
see-
and rainbows.
Well, that's why I like The Bear was a good show because
so good.
because
Love that
it's
show.
pretty realistic. When people
Yeah.
like each other, they really like each other, and then they hate each other the next day, and then they go
Right.
back to liking each other
Yeah.
again. And it's just like you got to have those days.
Right.
You got to be able to vent about it. It's funny. There's nothing that pisses me off more in a kitchen than customers.
Yeah, they're not always right, by the way.
You're only no. But my point is like you're only there to do that.
Right.
Right. You're only there to make food for people, and then you get mad when people come in and want food.
Oh yeah.
Like it's wild. Like you're just like fucking 8 top.
Yeah.
All coming in at the same time. It's like that's what you're there for. Like you're there to serve them food.
Dude, being in a
but you get so mad about it.
being in a ski resort, you would serve fucking hundreds of people, like
Yeah.
thousands of people a day.
Oh, God.
And like, thank God I never really had to do the lunch rush. I was always the dinner guy. But like, yeah, dude, exactly what you were
Just
saying.
like, so mad that people exist, and if those people didn't exist, you'd have no job.
Right.
Yeah.
These big tops would come in and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who the hell sat at that fucking table, you piece of shit? And you're like flipping out and you're just like, yeah, you're right. We wouldn't have a job if they didn't come into you.
Right.
Like, what
But at the same
fuck?
time, fuck them.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like comedy's the opposite. Could you imagine being pissed that like, oh, all this audience showed
Yeah.
up?
How many tickets did you fucking sell?
Yeah. All these fucking people came to see me, you fucking
Oh
cocksuckers.
my god! Now I have to be funny. Oh,
Here, I'm gonna pee again. I'll be right back.
Oh, you broke the
crazy.
seal, bro.
Yeah, you
You're
fucked
fucked.
up.
I was gonna say he's got that old man bladder. He's fucked.
he
now.
didn't even drink anymore. Isn't that crazy?
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
You mind handing me another one of these?
Yeah, of
Coronas?
course. I think it's your last. Yeah, you got 2 left.
Yeah, I was gonna give him one of the other ones, but now I can't.
I got beers. I got a bunch of beers. But while he's gone, I do want to ask you about this. So I hope it doesn't offend you.
You're gonna ask about the mustache now?
I have
Let's
to.
go.
I have to.
Hey.
Dude, you can't not. It's.
No, I know.
I looked on the camera and you can see it clear,
Of course,
clear
yeah.
as day. You know what I mean?
No.
So I was gonna bring it up. I didn't really know how to do it organically, but this kind of works. So
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've got poliosis.
What is
So,
that?
It's just like your hair doesn't have any pigment or whatever.
Okay.
Kind of like how like skin doesn't have pigment.
Well, when you hear polio, you think polio.
I know you
and
think
it
polio.
goes
It sounds
with your legs.
crazy.
Yeah, like,
no, that's just the name of it. It sounds like a Harry Potter spell or some
Okay.
shit. But no, it's just your hairs are just white.
So like growing up, one of my cousin's best friends had, it was like a skin pigment disease.
That's vitiligo.
Oh, okay.
So I
he
have
was,
that too,
He was like
but,
very
yeah.
blotchy, and he had like real weird, like it looked like he was a burn victim.
Yeah.
Like I don't mean to
No,
make
no,
it's not funny, but like that's
is
what
kind of funny,
it is.
but
But
it
that's
is.
what he looked like. He looked like a burn victim,
Yeah.
but he wasn't. He
No.
just had like all these blotches all over him, like it was new skin forming, and it just looked like that every day.
It seems like everybody
never
has
went away.
vitiligo. Have you ever been in like a department store recently? Like every
No.
like model's got
Yeah, the
vitiligo
models
and
do.
shit.
Yeah, they have gap teeth, vitiligo,
Yeah.
fucking
Hey.
freckles, and
They're like 325. Like you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Oh, dude.
yeah, some of them are birth defects, and then it's just a fat one, and you're like,
Yeah,
What
yeah,
are we
like
doing?
vitiligo and the fat woman. Is it the same? I don't think so.
but no, it is basically the same
Stop.
thing. It's
Go lay
just
down.
for hair instead of skin. But I have the vitiligo thing too. It's just underneath the hair. So if I shaved it off,
You'd
I
have
have like
blotch?
a little white blotch.
But it's only
Yeah.
in that spot,
Only
and
in
then
that
you got
spot.
the storm haircut.
Yeah,
So
the little storm up here. Yep. And that's it. No, I've always had it. And I was one of those kids that grew the mustache early.
okay.
So, like,
dude,
in
I had
middle school,
I had
I
a
had,
kid
like,
in
a
5th
Mexican
grade.
mustache.
In 5th grade, this motherfucker had a full mustache. I'm not even kidding. Ryan Davidovich, that's what his name was. And shout out
Davidovich?
Davidovich. That's his
insane.
name.
That's
and
not
he,
a real name.
And he wasn't
I
like
will show you him right now. I swear to, he's a real person. He had a full on grown man mustache in the 5th fucking
Is he
grade.
German or something?
He's like super Italian, I think.
Italian. I was gonna say Italian or Latino or like.
don't-
I thought maybe it was like German and they wanted to change it, where it was like, some German name, and they're like, no, we're Duvadoven or whatever.
Davidovich.
Davidovich.
Yeah, I know. It sounds made up, but I promise you it's real.
awesome.
It's
No, I
real.
believe it.
But yeah, he had a full on mustache in the 5th grade. It was crazy.
Yeah, I had that shit, but I would shave it all the time because I was like, kids in school are going to destroy me for having a halfway mustache. Like, what the fuck's going on?
So it's been white like that the whole
Just
time.
always been
I
like
can't
that,
even
yeah.
grow a mustache. You got a half of one.
He'd do jokes about it. He'd do like when we first started hanging out. Like he'd do jokes about it, and I'm like, you can just shave that.
Yeah, how do you?
Right, like, you
it's
don't-
got to be part of your act, right?
It is. Oh, yeah.
It's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
because
I
people.
have to.
You can't not go on stage and not talk about it.
So here's what's funny is that some places you can't see it. So then
Just
I
'cause
look
of
like
the
an idiot.
lighting?
Yeah. The lighting will be like,
Really?
if it's not like, this is a well-lit room.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
at a bar or something, I'm trying to think of like, what's
Just
the
because
place
of like the
that's got,
shadow and shit.
the one in Schenectady. What's that? The Van Dyke.
Right.
The Van Dyke is like blue and purple lights and shit.
Oh,
so
okay, I
it's,
got you.
it's like this kind of like jazz. It used to be a jazz club, so it's kind of got this like
Yeah,
like
gay
booty, yeah, kind of yeah,
Super gay.
So when in
We
that
just had
kind
a
of-
drag show this weekend.
Thank you for solidifying what I
So
said.
you nailed it. You nailed it. That's why I laughed. It's like yes. But that lighting, it just doesn't look any different. So I'm up there doing this, like, yeah, I know my mustache looks weird, and they're like,
You look fine to me,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah, right.
can barely see your face, but
Yeah.
okay, But yeah,
That's
a
when
lot
like
of
those
time.
looks like jokes cannot work if
Right.
people can't
Yeah.
see you well and you're like, oh, I got this thing, and you're like, people don't notice it.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to know. I know Tim brought it up and told me about it, but like I don't remember what he said.
Oh,
so
really? Oh, that's funny.
I figured I'd. Was
Yep.
he goes, yeah, he's got something with his mustache. We were talking about it at work, and he's just like, yeah, his mustache is like off colored or something. And then I saw you in person. And I was just like, oh shit, okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It kind of looks like you dye it on purpose.
I know. That's what's so funny about it to me. That's one of the main reasons I keep it is because I think it's so funny.
Does your girlfriend
Yeah.
love it?
She doesn't even notice anymore,
Oh.
but I'm sure she probably thought it was weird at first.
Like that's so hot.
Yeah, but your girl-
Half and
I've
half
had some
mustache.
girls, but not mine.
It seems like your girl's the kind of girl that would be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like she's not like turned on by it, but she's like, That's
Yes.
all right. Like that's like something that she finds interesting. Like,
Yeah, because it is like it's like you said. I could just shave it off. Nobody would notice. The white patch of skin is much less noticeable.
Okay.
Unless I tan, because that won't tan. So I just have this like white spot, and then everything else is darker.
Just
or
picture
whatever.
you as like a Jersey Shore character.
Yeah. With just like a dyed white patch on his lip. It's extra gay.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
I just saw like a Walmart commercial or something with, because you're talking about Jersey Shore.
With the
but,
Jersey Shore guys?
No, it was Paris Hilton and what's her name?
Oh my god.
They're trying.
Nicole
they're
Richie.
strolling
They're
them
trying
back
to come
out again.
back.
Yeah,
And they're really grasping for shit these days. Huh?
Nicole Richie does not look great.
No, dude. She didn't look great
She
before.
looks so like skin on a skeleton.
She's like soup. She wasn't even fat to begin with, but she lost a bunch of weight, and now she's like a skeleton.
Yeah, she looks
Bad.
sick.
She looks like she did a long-term meth run and got clean.
Paris Hilton still looks good.
Yeah.
Like I mean, but she's like my age.
Back to the porn. Did you guys ever watch that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was like one of the first. Like I used to download that shit on like LimeWire.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shit
Me
like
too.
that. Hell yeah.
And the Pam and Tommy one. I like that one a lot too.
I ruined a family computer.
Me
Just
too.
completely destroyed it.
Dude, we were
every dude you're getting a Dell computer was destroyed by
Hell
illegal
yeah,
porn
dude.
and music.
The
for
AOL free disc that you'd get in the
Yeah.
mail. You just-
I'm so pissed because when I was growing up, I would use my like iPhone or an iPad or something, right? Because I
No.
knew that it.
You're not that far off from me, and I never did that. I had the
I had the
family computer.
iPod Touch is what I would use to jerk off with, or I would use like my dad's magazines or something. But my dad,
Very opposite spectrums.
my
buddy.
dad would destroy the computers with LimeWire.
Yeah.
But
Hell
I
yeah.
would get blamed because it was like obviously it's the 13-year-old boy doing it. He's like, I don't even know how to work the
That's the
computer.
perfect
and I'm like,
cover-up.
you fucking ass.
That's the
Did you ever
perfect cover
Did you ever call him out on it?
No, because he knows I was stealing his porn mag.
Oh,
So it was
sure.
like it's like a fucking mutually assured destruction. I can't bring it up
Call
to
him
my
out
mom.
now. Hey, Dad. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, no, I grew up like before that. So
You
like,
had to use magazines.
yeah, like,
He was finding them in the
Well, I
woods.
was just gonna
Yeah.
say that he was finding them in the
yeah,
woods.
it's true.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know why it's a
Who's
thing.
jerking off in the woods?
Did
Wait,
you
no, I
ever
wasn't
find
jerking
any
off in the woods.
Huh?
Did you find any in the woods?
So if you go, out,
I found one in
we
my
did.
whole life.
Yeah, one. We used to
That's
hang out.
crazy.
We used to hang
Yeah.
out in the woods behind the old PNC in Herkimer, which is now the new Herkimer County Jail. There's a lake back there called Muir Lake, and we used to hang out back in the woods over there because there was a lure about this guy named Mothman.
That's a Maryland thing.
Well, he used to, this guy was like a local.
I would have been
crazy-
like, nah, fuck that. Mothman's down. in
Well,
Maryland.
we didn't know that then, you know. But this guy used to lurk around, and he like built a teepee in the woods back there and shit. And had like all these weird engravings on. He was a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So we also built a teepee out there and hung out and tried to find him, but we never saw him. And then yeah, we found his porn stash.
Yeah, that's what he was doing out in the woods.
You found one mag.
No, we found his whole stash. The whole. There was a lot.
But I used to buy like the female wrestlers Playboys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that was a thing. Like even just in the late '90s,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was still a thing. Like
Like Trish
Stacey
Stratus and all
Keebler
those girls.
and
Yeah,
shit like
they
that,
all
yeah.
did centerfolds and shit
yeah,
back in
China
the day.
did it.
I didn't know that.
Dude, she's got a porno.
Yeah, it's not
It's
great.
wild.
It's not great.
It's fucking weird as shit.
When there's
They were
of
doing
all the
wrestling
porn,
and porno?
yeah, well, like Playboy.
Yeah, well, China did a
China-
porno.
yeah, but that was like a sex tape that got
Ye-
like out.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like a.
It's weird.
It wasn't like a.
It's very weird.
Filmed porn. Yeah,
It's
right.
fucking. You can watch it on Pornhub.
That's
Or
crazy.
X video.
You know
one
what
of the
China
two.
is, right? Yeah.
I think so.
like jacked.
She was part of the
Can I see what she
Degeneration
looks
X.
Is it spelled like China?
Yeah.
CHYNA.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, but yeah, she
She's
was
dead.
yeah,
Oh.
she is.
Yeah.
She was part of like Triple H and X Pac and
of
all
course
those
I
guys.
remember
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
She was fucking X-Pac in the video.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Sean Waltman.
Oh, that's sad. She died.
Yeah. She was drugs. A lot of drugs.
Didn't she off herself?
I don't know, but overdose or something.
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Which sucks because like X-Pac was a big drug guy. too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
why
didn't
they were
know
like
that.
together.
I
'cause,
didn't know that.
You know, drug addicts tend to
Oh,
cling to each other. you
Yes,
know?
very-
And a non-drug addict ain't sticking around.
I'm very
through that.
familiar with
Like,
that.
So like they tend to hang out in packs.
Yeah,
Like,
we attract each other for some
right,
reason.
yeah.
I don't understand why. It's like
well, if you
I can spot one from a fucking mile away. Like all these guys I work with at the warehouse, I'm like, well, that guy's on drugs. That guy's on drugs. He's fucking normal. That one's fucked up. It's like, yeah, I don't.
Dude,
it's like it's a gift.
That's so funny. I was just at a Christmas party with my girlfriend last night, and she just started working there, and I was like, yeah, any of these people you think do cocaine? And she's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, I think a couple do.
Yeah, for sure. Those are fun Christmas parties. I would have asked. Yeah.
It's like the 43-year-old guy that's like killing it on the dance floor. You're like, that guy's on something.
Every 15 minutes, he's disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just like the two like really skinny girls that go up to pee every 30 minutes or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So do you guys run into that a lot in the comedy world, like a bunch of druggies and shit?
Yeah.
Not as much as I would think.
That's what I thought.
A lot of drinkers.
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course. Yeah.
We're all kind of drinkers in some way.
It's so funny. I went to Phoenix for a week for vacation.
I'm glad you just said that. I want to talk
And
about something.
while I was out there, I did some open mics.
Yeah,
So I was
okay.
fuck it,
Perfect.
why not?
So good segue.
And dude, all of them are like 75% of the comics that went up were doing bits about cocaine and hookers.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't have any of that.
They
Like,
do.
Yeah.
Phoenix,
drinking and driving, maybe a few
Yeah,
people
that's
do.
like
That's
the
like
furthest-
that's the furthest
yeah.
like drug use.
Cocaine comes up occasionally, but usually it's in like a.
I think
this
I'm the
time,
one that
this
talks
one
about it the
time,
most.
I've talked about it a few times. I've only done it a handful of times.
Oh, really?
So like,
okay. I was going to ask you guys that too.
Yeah, like for me, it's been I can count. I can tell you almost the dates.
Really?
Like not quite, but like
I definitely cannot do
like
that.
this bachelor party, this birthday party, this one time in the bathroom in a bar. Like some dude just asked me for a key and just was like,
Here,
and then,
you want some?
And then did one and then gave it one to me while like dick in hand at the urinal.
Oh, that's awesome.
so
Yeah,
awesome.
I've had that happen. That's sick.
so
I love when
funny.
that happens.
And that's why I'll say yes in that scenario because it's so random. Like I never bought it.
Well, also, your dick's in your hand and it's in your face. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Say no?
And
Like-
I've never bought it. I've never paid for it. I maybe chipped in once, but I've never like.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not the kind of guy that wants to go looking for it. I smoke
Right.
weed and I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Those are my like two everyday things. I don't need Coke.
But yeah, no, we don't have that much of it in our scene. But I'm sure in other scenes, like I said, when I was in Phoenix, they were like, I had multiple comics coming up to me, just like, whatever you want, dude, we can get anything you want.
That's wild. Well, yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of like.
And I'm a stranger. I was
We're,
like,
we're going back to like reels and like shorts and like TikTok and shit.
yeah.
There's this guy. It's called Tales from the Streets. You ever see this?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
He's in Phoenix all the time, and like that's their big thing is like meth, and they have these things called blues. I don't really know what the fuck they are. I think it's like a mixture of heroin, fentanyl, and meth in one pill.
Oh, fun.
And these people like shoot it, smoke it, do whatever, but yeah, they call them blues. Like everybody's on blues out there. And it's like, yeah, Phoenix is like
What a
huge,
bad name.
huge drug problem in Phoenix. Like,
Wait,
Yes,
who we need to? Their marketing team is getting bad. The Blues.
Is it blue?
I'm assuming so.
right?
It has
So
to
then it
be.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think that's
No,
why.
it doesn't make
I think
sense.
it's a blue pill.
That's dumb.
That's why they're doing blues.
Blue is sad. We should get away from blue
Sure.
when we're trying to get
Yeah.
fucked
Oh,
up.
like you got the blues. Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
yeah.
but isn't that part of the joke?
Maybe.
Is that supposed to be the joke? Is
Yo,
that like, oh, I
my
don't.
man over here's got the blues.
He's fucking.
Yeah, right.
He's fucking.
Yeah, they're
tweaking
all
out.
twitching. Every single one of them's fucking twitching.
There's nothing to do.
Let's do some blues.
That's the thing is that you have to be thankful you live in a place with stuff to do.
Yeah.
Because if you
crazy.
don't, that's what happens.
You get
end
on the
up
blues.
mixing drugs, and
I mean, I've mixed drugs, and it's
Dude, they're
a
trying-
lot of fun.
But you also kind of always lived out in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing to do.
Very true.
I know what it is. They're trying to erase history. You guys heard the conspiracy about how like Disney made Frozen, so that way if you Google Disney Frozen, it doesn't pop up about him being
Walt Disney?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Walt Disney.
Oh, really?
Frozen.
I never
Instead, it
even
comes
put that
up-
together.
Yeah, so I think they did the same thing with that.
With this drug,
Yeah, because then when people are like, "Oh yeah, black people invented the blues," they'd be like, "Oh, the drug that everybody's dying
I
off
think
of
it's-
in the streets."
I think it's-
wow, black people are bad.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Well,
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
all right. So touch back to Phoenix though. Like where? So did you get asked to go out there to perform, or was it just like
No, I was
you
on
were on
vacation.
vacation? You
Yep.
you found an open mic. Have you
I,
guys ever done shows outside of New York? Like
I haven't.
No?
No.
You guys have you ever done shows in the city?
No, I've
I was
done
asking
plenty of
Mike
open
this.
mics there.
In New York City?
Yeah.
Really? I've never even been there.
Really?
never been
You
to
should
the
go,
city?
dude. It's
Never
so
been
much
there.
fun. I
See, my girlfriend tells me I would hate it
You might.
really?
because I don't like people.
There's lots of people
And
everywhere.
there's tons of people.
All
there.
over
Yeah, but
the
it's,
fucking
I'm
place.
very
here's the
hostile
thing.
and like I'll
It's
fucking
filled with people that don't like people.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that might
That's
not
nice.
be good.
No,
No,
it's
no,
actually
it-
a good thing because
no,
they
it-
don't care about you either.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
not going to bother you because they don't want to be bothered. Because I'm the same way. I don't like people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bothered. But the city is just filled with those people. And
Gotcha.
anybody that's like trying to talk, everybody's like, "Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of my way,
fuck off,
poor."
dude.
Yeah, right. I
But,
mean, you'll get
yeah.
you'll get some like wacky homeless people that want to talk to you,
I
but
fucking
like,
hate 'em.
but it's still the city, so you just ignore them and walk by. That's what everybody else is doing. You're not a
Right.
weird person for doing that.
Yeah, true.
So like,
Yeah, you do that in Troy, and they follow you a few blocks. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god!
"Oh,
Somebody,
damn it,
it
dude."
was a Mike that just said it. Troilets.
Troilets funny,
Dude,
Yeah.
that is. I used to hang out there frequently.
Oh, I bet. You said you were doing
yeah,
drugs. Yeah.
Never,
Epicenter.
never heard anybody be called a troilet. That was I fucking laughed for like 10 minutes about
Well,
that.
the people living there don't call it that.
No, it was fucking hilarious.
my dad grew up there.
Oh fuck.
Where my dad grew up.
So where did you grow up, Jay?
Colony, same place as Mike, essentially. Like not
Yeah.
that far away from actually where his like childhood home and my childhood home were like maybe a mile and a half away.
Yeah, so not to be a dick to you, but I tried to set it up to where you two were going to come on together because you guys were like childhood friends and like you're still friends and you started comedy together and like I thought it was going to be a whole thing and then he was just like no. He's like I think it's too soon for me to come back. I'm like
Yeah, it might have been weird, like
I'm
if
just-
you didn't want to do it right
but
away.
this episode ain't going to be out for a while.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just like by the time it came out it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
But I was just like very confused as to why he didn't want to do
Well,
it.
he told me that you wanted to do like two people.
No,
like,
that's what he
yeah.
told me to do.
So
That's
wait,
what he told me to do.
so you got Tim on, or he got Tim on?
Tim's the one that set it up.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
know so we knew of each other because we
Yeah.
used to work together.
Yep, I heard that. Yeah.
Tim is the mutual person
Okay,
between us.
I
Tim.
see.
So me and Tim started working together. We knew each other from the old job. We knew of each other. Same thing as me and Mike. Never communicated. Never hung out. Never talked. But then when we started at this job that we have now, orientation, walk in, we're right next to each other, sitting together. We
Gotcha.
go to lunch together, become best friends, and now I was the first first friend of his to see his newborn child. Like
Right.
we're very close now. So he's like I consider him one of my best friends now, which is wild because I've only known him for like a year and a half. But still, we got really close really fast. So that's kind of how the whole Mike thing happened.
Okay.
Timmy set it all up.
Yeah, no, I was like, I mean, it wouldn't matter.
I think that Mike is just a good guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just
No,
likes
he's
to
great.
Spread the love. So in his mind, he was like, "Oh, I could get me and Jay on at the same time," or it's like Jay could go on with somebody else.
Right, yeah.
And then we
So
can get more people on.
I
and
think-
like
I think
Blake
you're
is
right,
me and
yeah.
Blake basically started at the same time.
yeah.
Did you guys start like at the same mic too?
Oh, but not quite, but close. Like,
Close.
Okay.
yeah.
Very close. And they were the first guys that I hung out with at the mics. So like I went for like, it was probably like a month, 2 months or something. And then they hit me up and were like, "Hey, we go to a bar after this and hang out if you want
Oh,
to chill."
nice.
And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, or
Okay,
like
that's cool.
so on Saratoga, in Saratoga you get there early because you want to sign up and make sure you get a spot.
Right.
So then like there's usually downtime in between. So like then we maybe go to a bar. Me and Mike would go to a bar and just get food, and then we started making friends, and like we'll all go to somewhere else.
Right.
Shit, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
We'll all go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I think it's because me and Mike are older too. We don't have at least I mean, maybe Mike does a little, but I don't have like much of an ego about this. Like I want to be friends with everybody.
Right, yeah.
Like I don't. There are people you feel, not Mike, but like there's people that you feel have like they feel like competition is happening.
Oh, okay.
I think sometimes they're not competition, but just or they're not just people. They're not people.
They're not
Yeah.
people.
Like-
they're lizards.
Yeah, they're lizard people. So like some people don't.
We don't
hang
talk
out.
politics on this show. I'm just kidding.
And some people don't drink.
Yeah,
know,
so that's
so,
why
like,
I was.
that's a thing.
I was super worried about that because like, I have people come on here and I'm like, dude, I drink. Like I can't do. I've only done one of these sober, and I was by myself, and it was the most.
Ooh.
It was. I had to explain like why my nickname is B-Rag, Like the show is called Talking Shit with
Yeah, I'm
B-Rag.
curious about
We were
that
wondering.
too.
There's an
We were
episode.
wondering. Okay.
So I could either tell you or you could watch the episode.
Nah, go
That's
ahead.
up to you. No. Do you want views on your episode?
I mean,
that's two views.
That's kind of what I was getting at, but no. So when I was 12 years old, I was like really big into skateboarding and shit, and I didn't move out into the country until I was a teenager.
Oh.
So I was probably like 13. Yeah. So I was still a teenager, I guess. But I grew up like right in town. So like I came from Little Falls to Herkimer, and I was always a skateboarder. So like I would like skate around and try to find people to hang out with, and the only group of skaters they were much older than me. There was nobody my age skateboarding back then at the time. So like I would follow them around, but like from a distance and like try to skate with them. I was a little kid, you know, and they were
Right.
like teenagers. So they like slowly like let me start hanging out with them and shit, and like this one guy, we all met up in the morning one day, and this one kid well, he's a grown man now, but he's a hemophiliac. So
Right.
like
What is that?
he
You
has
feel like bleed, you don't
yeah,
stop.
yeah, you have low blood
Oh
plate
my
counts.
god, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
arch nemesis. That's
This dude
crazy.
faints at blood.
Oh geez, yeah. So like if you get you could die from a paper cut
Yeah, you're
basically
right.
because
My
you can
arch
like
nemesis,
bleed
that's
out.
Crazy.
Well, so we were fucking skating at this one spot. It was like 9:00 in the morning, and
a thing.
this whole it's weird. So like there's a bunch of us, and then all of a sudden this like random car pulls up, and this guy was like super fucked up, like shitty car. He's like, "Oh, you fucking pussy skater, fucking quit!" Like just going off. Like he was clearly fucked up, and nobody even acknowledged him. But this kid was over here with another kid, didn't even realize what was going on, and was like telling a story and was like dancing like this. So the fucked up guy thought that this guy was mocking him. So he just walked up to him and fucking drilled him in the face, jumped in the car, and sped off. So this guy's got a huge nose as it is. So he just starts gushing blood, right? And here I am, this little 12-year-old kid. I got a big orange fucking mohawk, a white T-shirt on, and a pair of fucking camouflage Jinko shorts and Converses. Yeah. So
Who dressed you, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
yes, 100%.
But like the third skin.
Yeah.
Like not like the
Right, yeah,
first
yeah.
two. It was like the one you had to unlock.
right, yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Hawk's Underground, the one where you could make your own character.
Except
or
it wasn't
whatever.
out yet. I was the forefront of that, you know. So
What did you said you had an orange mohawk?
Yeah,
and
so-
camo pants.
back in the day, they used to make this gel that would color your hair.
Yep.
So I would spike my mohawk with
think I used
with the
it back in the
different
day.
colored gel, so my mohawk would be a different color
Oh,
every
right.
day.
Dude, that's
This day I
crazy.
just so happened to have orange gel then and to spike my mohawk or whatever. And it wasn't a small one; it was about that big.
Nice.
It was
Oh,
huge.
I hope so. That's
Yeah.
what I'm picturing. That's
so I had a
hilarious.
plain white Hanes T-shirt on, and then Jinko camouflage shorts. Yeah, I was
Dude,
super,
that's
I was super cool.
crazy.
The guts to wear like a white T-shirt with that color in
Oh,
your
yeah.
hair because that shit's go on the
Yeah,
T-shirt.
Dude, I
Like, there's
love
no way.
that.
So, long story short, this kid's bleeding uncontrollably.
Yeah, right.
And he's got like a handful of blood in his like this, like oh fucking. And he's like, "You get the fuck over here!" And he just grabs me and just wipes his blood all over my fucking shirt.
Oh, I'd kill him.
I was 12 and he was way bigger than me, so
Right.
I would
No.
just let it
I
happen.
would go home.
Well, I continued to hang out with them the rest of that day, and I was like new to the crew, and they all had nicknames. So I was like, I need a nickname. Oh, give me a nickname. Me. You know,
Oh, your blood
I-
rag?
Bloody Rag.
That sucks.
So they're like, he goes, you got a bunch of my blood on you, and you look like a used tampon, so we're gonna start calling you Bloody Rag. So that was the shtick for a while that I put up with, was like when my friends would fall skateboarding and they would hurt themselves and start bleeding, they would just wipe their blood on me.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was Bloody Rag, and then as I got older and more aggressive and would start fighting people when they would do that to me, it got shortened over the years to B-Rag. And then now there's people in my life, like, if you go back in the catalog, we had my buddy's mom and my mom and him on. Dude, she only knew me as B-Rag for years.
I thought your name was like Brad or something.
No, my name's
Like,
Alex.
yeah. No, I know
Alex.
that. I know that now because of
Yeah.
Facebook. But like,
Right.
I didn't know that before. Before, I'm just like, I was looking up
that's-
Brad.
Well,
like, I was
it
trying
go-
to like find you.
It goes very well because I brag a lot about my life and like how cool I think
That's
I
what
am.
I'm thinking.
So,
I'm
like,
thinking like
Everybody's
oh,
like, "Oh yeah, your nickname is B-Rag because you brag all the
yeah,
time."
like like people would be like, oh, you're bragger. You're
Yeah.
you brag all the time. They're like, we'll call you B-Rag.
yeah,
Like,
no, it's just because it was Bloody Rag shortened to B-Rag. So that's the story. I turned it into a 45-minute episode, though.
Oh my god.
That's good though.
I thought that episode was going to kill, too. It doesn't even have 100 views.
That's so
Is it just you?
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
People love something else.
It's so bad. Dude, but it was my second episode ever. So, like,
right.
I'd only been doing, like, at that point, I had done 3 episodes.
Oh my god.
Or 4, and 2 of them, the other 3 were with people, so it was a lot easier. It was the first time I'd ever filmed myself alone, and I'm just like sitting here in this apartment. I'm just like shaking because I'm like this. Like you can hear it in my voice when I'm doing the episode. I'm like, super like sketchy.
RFK,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, yes,
RFK.
I sounded like RFK, 100%. I was like, it was so bad, but yeah. Yeah, that's the story.
That's funny.
So
And now
funny.
it's been, dude, I mean, it's tattooed all over me. There's fucking, my best friend, Chris, his daughter, she won't accept my real name. She will not call me Alex.
Right.
She's 8 years old and calls me B-Rag. And like, one day we were going over to their house to hang out, and he's like, oh yeah, Cadence and Alex are coming over. And she goes, why is Cadence with somebody named Alex? And she was so confused. She's like, who the fuck is this random person with my best friend right now? And why are they coming to our house? And he started dying laughing, and he sent me a Snapchat. And he's just like, who did you just say was coming here? And she's like, I don't know who Alex is. B-Rag is Cadence's dad, not Alex. I don't know who Alex is. And she refuses to call me Alex now.
That's crazy.
Because she's only ever known me as that. Right. So, like,
That's so
she just
funny.
doesn't want to hear it. She's like,
we call Mike Burnett. Like he's just Burnett or Burns or like,
Burns. So like I thought his last name was Burns, and then when I'm like tagging him on everything and like promoting his episode, it's Burnett. So I'm just like, what am I supposed to call you, dude?
I mean, in high school we used to call him Michael Burnett, like as like almost like a joke,
Like Burnout?
like it was like full name. No, like Burnout never really got there. We have like a friend with the last name Roach, so we call him Roach Man.
I know a few roaches. I know a couple actually.
But that's like names that like I was trying to think of like names that aren't their name, but I don't know if we have really anybody.
Yeah, my old skater crew, like we were really big into nicknames. Like I got a friend, his name's Nicholas, but we call him Gil.
I can imagine like the bike club you were in. Nobody was like Dylan. You know what I mean?
We used to use everybody's last name.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
and well, I was B-Rag, obviously,
sure.
but like everybody else, we just used their last names. It was you never use their first name in that
Yeah,
situation.
right. It's
you
sport.
know?
That's a sports thing too.
Yeah.
It's a teammate thing.
Right. So,
Dude, when I was rapping, I used to go by
yeah, what was your rap name?
Black and White
Oh, because of your mustache?
because of my mustache.
We
Yeah,
got-
dude, I was
coming
gonna
to the stage. We got Black and White Cookie over here. What's going on?
Dude, I legit thought I was gonna like bring the races together through my mustache.
Oh my
Like,
God!
I had
Who
a
the
bunch
fuck
all
are
this
you?
like fucking woke rap, dude.
Come on,
Dude, it was bad. It was bad.
I'm gonna be the guy to break the fourth wall. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. It was like right after like Macklemore put out
Dude, that's
White
fucking
Privilege song,
hilarious.
and I was like, dude, this is me. I can do this. It was so bad.
Black and
Then I
White.
changed it to Be Witty.
Oh, so you're
which is
close
much
to my
better.
name.
Yeah.
Be witty.
Yeah.
Were
Which
you
is
a
better.
good lyricist? Because if you're gonna claim that name, you better come with some good lyrics.
Yeah, but I also like wasn't really talking about anything. So like I like the rhymes were good.
Yeah.
But then it was also like
Didn't make any
it's just like a
sense.
sad guy. Like this isn't fun. Like there's
Can I-
a sad guy from a trailer park. Oh,
All right,
okay.
I'm
This isn't-
gonna make fun of you real quick.
Yeah.
You know who you remind me of? Do you remember that Jewish rapper that came out for a minute there? What was his name?
Modest Yahoo.
Yeah, dude, he came out was like full
no, who's this?
acidic Jew,
Yeah.
modest Yahoo. You look just like him without the curls.
King Without a Crown, I think, is like his hit.
I don't even. How do you spell
It's
it?
an all right song.
It's probably just the beard and the glasses, but
Modest Yahoo. I have no idea
a
how to
T?
fucking spell
if you
that.
put the hat on him with the fucking
M-A-T,
curls coming
yeah.
from the side, you would look kind of like him.
There it is. It just came up. That's not how you spell it
Oh,
for sure, but that'll get you there, I'm
Modest
sure.
Yahoo?
Yeah.
This guy.
I think King Without
Let
a
me see.
Crown. Live at Stubbs, I believe, is the
Oh, I wasn't trying to play a video.
is
Just wanted to see what he
the
looked
the
like.
track.
Am I wrong here?
This guy? Okay.
No, that's not him.
That is definitely it.
That's not who I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about that guy. Him.
Who's this one?
I don't know who
He
that
used to be he was a full Hasidic Jew. He was all over.
that's the same guy.
He was
he's a
all
Jew.
over, he was all over MTV for a while.
That's the same guy.
Is the same guy without the
I thought you were
beard?
talking about this guy.
They're the same guy.
What? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, right there. Go,
hold
hold
on.
on. Go up real quick. That's the video I'm talking about. It was like all over fucking MTV.
King without a crown. That's
Oh, is
exactly
that
what
it?
I said it was.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's him.
He had like the full Hasidic garb on and like, yeah, I think you could pass as him for Halloween once.
That's hilarious. I'll try.
The song's good.
All right, now I gotta pee. So talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you wanted it.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom again now.
Oh, Jesus.
I was also gonna ask you for a Bud Light.
Yeah, of course. I said that to him when you were peeing the last time. I got a bunch of shit.
Chair didn't slide back at that.
Here, throw that over there.
Absolutely. Yep. So we were just talking about how the lizards that live
Oh,
underwater off of Jersey. Have you heard about the drones? The
No.
drones over Jersey?
So I tend to stay away from.
Oh, UFOs and conspiracies and stuff.
I just don't. I mean, I like in my personal life to talk about it, but like
Oh, but
as
for
far
the
as
internet.
like internet shit,
Yeah.
I kind of try to stay away from it. You know what
No,
I mean?
I agree.
It's,
I
it's
agree.
a touchy
Of
subject.
course it
When
is.
you're trying to bring a podcast to the light, it's like one of the
know.
things you don't want to talk
I
about.
know.
You know
The
what I-
one thing that could,
Yeah, it could
shut
just
you down.
tank you,
Yeah,
so-
absolutely. No, I agree.
But no, like what is this one?
No, I don't know what it is. It's so weird because
You said drones outside of Jersey,
so there's a lot of drones that people are catching videos of over Jersey.
like big, gigantic ones, or like
They're
the
saying
ones you
like the
see-
size of cars.
What?
So they're like a bit bigger than like commercial drones, but then not as big as airplanes.
Well, how do they?
But-
how do they know they're drones?
That's what the like Pentagon and people are coming out saying. They're calling it drones.
Oh, so they're
The
just
people,
bullshit.
the civilians are saying it's UFOs. But
Excuse me.
I don't really know what it is.
Why does everybody have such a hard time with these headphones?
Okay, so they flip this way and they flip this way. It's I don't know.
It's so fun. I watch so many people
I
have
feel like
such a hard time.
moron every time I try to put these headphones on.
Dude, you're not the only one. Literally 90% of the people that sit down at this table have a hard time with the headphones.
The problem is there's like three types of headphones. There's some of them that'll flip like 3 ways, and then there's ones like these ones that only flip 2 ways,
Right.
and then there's other ones that don't flip at all.
Yeah.
So like every time you go to put it on, you're like,
I guess
did
I'm just
fuck
like
up,
used to
or-
it. You just
For sure.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you've seen the tiny little thing that I put everything in. It's very compactable, so it
Yeah.
works out very well.
I could drink those like regularly, I think.
Buddy, why do you think I do it? It's dangerous.
It goes down easy.
And they're only 90 calories a beer. They're
Gee.
less than Mick Ultras.
That's probably like 110, I bet.
See, this was my beer. I went PBR, then I
148.
yeah.
Ooh,
So
shit.
I went from PBR, which is a killer. Then I went to Coronas, but I got sick and tired of fucking carrying lime juice around with me because I'm a very big lime person. I love lime.
Yeah.
Like if you go in my freezer right now, I have lime popsicles because I love popsicles.
That's a little far.
I love popsicles. I love popsicles and I love lime. So I buy lime popsicles. I'm 32 years old and I eat more popsicles than most people
They're
in the planet.
arguably the worst popsicle.
It's not the ones you're thinking of. These are called.
He already knows that some of them suck.
You're talking about the outshine ones, the slushy or the
I
fruit
feel like
ones.
I feel like any lime flavor.
I
is
will
like
go
the
grab one
last
and show
I
it to you if
eat.
you'd like.
It's like they're you usually get like an assortment box and you get like 6 flavors.
Oh, see, the lime's
and then
the
the
first one
lime
I eat.
last one.
Oh, dude,
Every time.
You get the flavor ice, the green ones.
I even eat the grape one over that one.
I love grape too.
I don't
though.
think
Yeah,
there's
grape is good.
There's no bad flavors.
Right, dude.
really
Popsicles are the
good,
best.
yeah.
So in my,
I don't like when people are like, oh, the orange is the worst Starburst, and it's like
they're all
fucking
good. Yeah,
They're all good.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's all
100%.
sugar and delicious.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
Dude, so they're called Monster Slush popsicles, and they're about this big, and they're fucking amazing. And it's a lime. It's lemon lime.
Oh, but lemon lime is different than just lime.
Is it though?
Yeah, of course. 'Cause lemon is better.
Nah.
Overall.
To me, it's the same. It's all the same. It's
Close.
these just taste like soda.
It's like the Mitch Hedberg joke. He's like, I tried to make my own. They say Sprite is made of lemon and lime, and that is it. He's like, I tried making it at home, and there's more to it than that.
That's awesome. It was so good.
Yeah, I missed seeing him. So he was like at the Egg or something.
Did you
like-
see him with Mike?
No, we didn't go because we went to.
Mike said he saw him.
I don't know. He saw Carlin.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah,
why
I didn't see
I thought you were
Carlin.
talking about Carlin. I thought you said Carlin. My bad. You're
But-
talking about Mitch Hedberg. My bad.
He was at the Egg. He was going to be at the Egg, and we were going on a. We were driving to Florida.
Okay.
Because our friend's mom had a timeshare.
Nice.
And she was going to let us go with. Like she was going. She was like a single old mom, like older mom, and like just
She
going.
wanted to
and
bang
she
you guys.
No, not at all. we kind of lived at her house. Too.
Oh, okay.
We also kind of lived
You
at
should
her
have
house.
led with that one, so I didn't make that
right.
joke.
We watched wrestling and like played video games in her living room our entire like for.
Well, when
for
you
a lot of
say
time.
my friend's mom had a timeshare and she's alone and she wants me
Oh,
and my
fair
buddy
enough.
to come
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
I was thinking
what do
it
you
too.
think's gonna happen?
Oh, shout out Kim Hines. She's
Sorry
awesome.
for roasting you, lady.
She's the greatest. She used to like kick us out at like 2 a.m. We'd be like loud smoking blunts.
Where the hell am I
outside.
supposed to
she'd
go?
She'd just come out and be like,
Get the
we'd be
fuck
like, Sorry,
out.
Mrs. Hines, and we just leave. But no, we drove down there, and that was that week he was coming to Albany, and then we're like, we'll catch him next time, and he died like 2 months later.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. We had just kind of like really gotten into him as a group of friends too. Like we'd listen to the records like in
Hell
like,
yeah.
our friend's house, just playing video games. We just put it on.
So along those lines, are you guys Sublime fans at all or no?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jacob Knowles taking Bradley's spot now?
That's fine.
I think it's sick.
Yeah,
I
like,
think
I mean-
I think it should have happened a long time ago.
Good for the other guys too.
Yeah,
like, 'cause
right.
they kind of need to probably get back out there and make some fucking money.
Well, they
and shit.
have been. They were on
Yeah.
tour with that guy Rome. He was their lead singer for a
Right,
while.
right.
And then once Jacob started doing his own music, he was just like, "Yeah, now I'm taking over
Yeah,
now."
it's great.
I think it's sick. I don't know. I was watching something earlier about it, so that's
That was
the only
like
reason why.
John Bonham's son playing drums.
Right?
like,
Yeah,
you know,
Jason.
like-
Jason Bond. I'm a big music guy. Love fucking music.
Isn't
so.
like Eddie Van Halen's kid
Yep.
is like playing for Van Halen now or something too? Like or
That I don't
something,
know
or
about.
but like, yeah, I'm fine with that kind of stuff. If it's your kid and he's good,
Yeah,
like,
taking
the
over
thing
the
is, like, if
legacy.
he sucks,
Yeah.
like imagine if he sucked and they were like, yeah, I guess we'll do it.
Yeah.
and like it was just a bad idea.
It's like
that
guilt.
would be
It's
bad,
like a guilt trip.
But if you're good, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, well, that's why I brought it up because I mean, obviously, Mitch Hedberg died of a heroin overdose, and then so did Bradley Knowles.
right.
So that's what triggered it. But I was showing my girlfriend a clip, and it's just like he sounds so much like his dad. It's so crazy, and it's like fucking killing it now.
Yeah.
It's just like it's incredible to see. So
And it's like it's something different than like if he got a different band.
he did do that. That was what I'm. That's all. So you didn't know?
Well, no, but my point is like if he wasn't that good
Oh,
and they
okay.
like pushed a band of his because he was his father's kid.
Well, so that's what was happening. He was in
Oh,
another
was?
band called like Jacob Knowles and the Newcastle, or it was some like weird, like it was his band. It was just weird. You could tell he was doing it out of spite to not be in his dad's shadow. Like he wanted to make his own name for himself. But then he finally caved and was like, "All right, now I'm going to go over to Sublime." And now he's bigger than he was in his other band.
Yeah, of
you know what
course.
I mean? But like, he's musically, like musician wise, like better than he was in his other band. Like I don't know.
Sure.
It's hard to explain. That's I don't
It's like
know.
the Wallflowers. They had like a couple of hits. They had like a couple of hits before I knew that the lead singer was Bob Dylan's kid.
Don't get me started on that shit.
Like you just don't like Bob
I
Dylan.
fucking hate Bob.
Like
Dylan.
it's fine. Like
He's
I'm not a huge
fucking
fan, but it's fine. It's a part of history that's important.
It's fucking
And-
terrible.
It's important history.
It's the best history.
The best history. Nobody plays the harmonica like Bob Dylan. Yeah, you start getting defensive. I think it's like maybe that's like a defensive
Bob
posture.
He's doing fucking Trump impressions.
I tried to do that a couple times on stage. Impressions are the worst. We were talking about that earlier too. In the
Have you guys ever done improv?
No,
I
I would.
to. I would love to.
Really?
I think it makes you a better comic.
You think so?
If you asked me in the last 30 years of my life, I'd be like, no, it's gay.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing stand up, I'm like, oh,
It's another
please.
skill.
I think
Anything.
podcasting is very
we-
much like
so-
improv
We,
to a certain extent.
in Troy, there used to be a storytelling mic.
Okay.
And we would go do that. There was like a handful of us, like 3 or 4 comics would go. It's not supposed to be funny. It's just for people that are like stage fright.
so
They're
it's like spoken word.
not like spoken
Sounds
word.
like a therapy side, like group therapy sometimes.
Almost like that. It's like it would be. So you'd get there and you'd get a topic, and it would be like family lore, and like just talk on stage about like your family history or like some sort of like trope in your family or whatever. And then us 4 comics are like, oh, we have to make this funny. How do you make this funny? Like what family trope do I have that's funny?
What is everybody else? What is a family trope?
I don't know, like, maybe every...
That's a big word, I don't know that
Everybody in my family is really into fishing or something, like that kind of thing?
Yeah. Or like, every Christmas we do the peppermint pig, but we're not Irish or something. Or
I don't know
what you just said.
Exactly. And then you would talk about that for 5 minutes.
Do you want to elaborate on what a peppermint pig is?
You guys have never done peppermint pig?
Oh, Jesus.
No, dude.
Okay, so peppermint pig is...
It sounds like a kid's show.
It sounds like what it is. So it's this little pig made out of peppermint, like the mint.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they put it inside of this. It sounds so stupid now when I describe it, but you put it inside of this like little velvet bag, and you close it, kind of like a little gem bag. Or something. You know what I'm talking about, like those little
Crown
velvet
Royal.
bags.
I was going to say Crown Royal. Let me tell them in words he'll understand.
Yes.
Crown Royal bag.
Exactly. And then there's a little tiny mallet. It's like a mallet for like a mouse or something. It's like this big, and everybody hits the pig once.
What?
With the mallet, and you pass it around.
So they're too scared to do a pinata?
It's like a little mini pinata,
like trash pinata.
But
They're
it's
too
for
scared
like
to do a
kids.
pinata.
Yeah, it's like for kids. Yeah, you smash the peppermint, and then it goes around, and then eventually you open up the bag, and everybody gets little pieces of the
So it's
pig.
like for families that are too progressive, that don't want their kids to be aggressive. So it's like, we're not going to do a pinata, but we're going to do something similar, but it's more safe.
It's the cheap version, I think. It's like, okay, we're in a trailer. We can't afford to put the pinata hanging from the ceiling.
We're not going to fill anything full of candy. We're just going to have one piece of candy that we break into pieces.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's not that everybody gets to. That's
really good.
Now that you laid it out like that, I just realized how sad it is.
I have to buy like bags of candy to fill this giant box.
My dad's got to drink all this Crown Royal just so I can put a fucking peppermint in there.
They were drinking the Crown Royal.
There's fucking 14 kids here. Let's take one candy bar and break it up into 14 pieces.
That's one of my favorite
pissed.
Are You Garbage questions.
Crazy.
That's one of my favorite Are You Garbage questions. They'll be like, have you ever used
The Crown Royal bag,
for something else? And I'm like, hell yeah. Like,
of course. Oh, dude.
I've kept like playing cards in one. I've probably kept like dice,
fucking cords, like phone cords and shit. Fucking fill them. Fill them up.
I have a giant one that's like a Christmas or what is it called? Like a stocking.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a giant purple stocking that's like a
no
Crown Royal
shit.
bag. I bought it at like a flea market or something like
That's
that. I was
sick.
like, this is just too funny to leave.
That's awesome.
Crown Royal bags. I don't know if I've even drank Crown
I don't know
Royal.
what those
sucks.
It's whiskey.
I hate Crown Royal.
Crown
I know
Apple
what
is actually, I've
Crown Royal
had
Everybody
that.
says that.
I've had it.
I love
It's
Crown Apple, man. It's
What
like,
is the bag?
It's like
It's a purple drawstring bag, but it's like all like made of velvet or cloth or whatever.
Right, it's like velour.
Yeah, it's like very popular.
Oh, one of these.
Yeah, you get the bottle comes with the bag, even though the bottle's never in the bag.
Yeah,
so it's almost like they're just the bag
That's
is
so
a bonus.
funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, that was one of
This is what I would use as my lunchbox for school. I didn't realize that's what this was.
Pulling a tuna sandwich out of there.
I'm doing that this week now. I'm doing that for my daughter for sure.
I was like, oh, Crown Royal sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It sounds like my lunchbox from middle school.
You say that though, but like my parents used to save Marlboro miles and shit.
We were talking about this on Mike's episode.
And I used to wear a fucking Marlboro jacket to school. I wore Budweiser t-shirts to like middle school.
Did you feel like you were bragging?
Well,
Did you feel like
it was
the
fun.
other? You
It
were
was
like,
cool.
Yeah, you wish you had this
It's
jacket.
like a starter
but your
jacket, but for cigarette smokers.
Do you remember the
Your parents don't smoke like mine do. Loser.
Do you remember the I Love You Man like Bud Light commercials?
I think so.
So it was like a guy, and he's with his friend, and they're like fishing on a bridge or something like that. And he's like, I just want to let you know that, I know we've had a lot of ups and downs, and we've been friends for a really long time, and I just want to say, I love you, man. And the guy's like, "That's great, Jim, but you're not getting any of my Bud Light." And it's just like, it'd be like, "Damn it!"
I do remember that. Yeah.
You get like all teared up and like really emotional. But I had a shirt that just said like it was like two guys fishing, and one guy's like, "I love you, man," and it said Bud Light. I'd wear that shit to school.
That's wild.
Like
that
10
is wild.
years too young to be
Yeah,
wearing,
of course.
like, to be drinking.
No, I don't
Nobody
think
cared.
I don't think I could send my kid to school in beer.
Yeah, Marlboro
stuff.
T-shirt. Like, are you kidding me?
That'd be
Like,
so
That's
funny.
what this shit is. That's all.
yeah. Camel
that's,
Cash.
That's
So
all
funny.
from a fucking. I said it in the last episode. A pro golfer had this in his house because he was sponsored by Camel. So I got
That's
my,
awesome.
my buddy does clean outs on the side, and he was cleaning out this guy's old house, and he found all this Camel shit and gave it to me because I used to smoke Camel Lights.
Yeah, Joe Camel.
Hell yeah.
Like,
So
I remember when they banned him. I like kind of
Yeah.
remember it. Like,
well, so before you guys got here, this is usually full of pencils, so my daughter could do her homework. So
funny.
I figured I'd take the pencils out, so it's just that.
Has that been a podcast episode where you're like, oh, I tried to do my daughter's math homework?
I'm at no.
Common Core? What the fuck is this?
I think they're straying away from it now.
Are they?
I
Well,
think
now that
so.
Trump's elected, yes.
well, I just think it's funny that like every single generation is like, I can't even do my kids' homework. They're too.
Yeah, that's
they're-
always
So
existed.
that's always existed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like when people are like, I don't know what this fucking is. It's like, yeah, well, you don't. You never did. Like nobody's dad ever looked at somebody else's math.
I didn't do
homework.
Common Core, and my parents couldn't do my homework either.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah.
Right. It's like it's one of those things where it's like we always complain like every generation hates the new music, every generation hates the new movies or whatever. Like it's just like just stop. Like we're gonna hate it.
Especially with math. I love that because you would hope that we're getting better with math over time.
I think we are.
Like,
That's the
as like
problem.
society progresses. Yeah.
Common
So,
Core
like,
doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
It's weird.
But like
I
my dad,
probably would
did-
feel that way
like I
too,
said,
yeah.
I didn't do Common Core math when I was a kid, and my dad looked at that like, I learned that 30 years ago. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to remember that now.
Well, my daughter's only in second grade, so it's like
That you're still
20
probably-
plus
yeah.
30s, 50.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's very easy for me.
Yeah.
So like I can usually
it's coming.
I can usually glance down at it and be like, okay, yeah, it's all right. Good
I mean,
job.
anything up to basic algebra and basic geometry, everything after that is bullshit anyway.
Well, so my stepmom is a teacher, so once it gets too hard, like she still currently substitutes and shit. So like once it gets to a certain level, I already told her like, you're on my
calling you in.
you're on my retainer, bitch. Like
Yeah.
this is what's going on. You're helping me
Yeah,
out.
you're
through
grading
this.
an extra kid.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And she's the only granddaughter, or the only granddaughter they have. So it's like, you're helping me.
Yeah.
Like I ain't fucking. You know how dumb I am. I dropped out in the 9th grade. Like, come on, you were there for it. You knew, you saw. Like,
yeah, right.
you saw what I went through in school. You need to help me.
Yeah, help this kid.
Man, that sucked though. Like when I had to tell my parents I was dropping out of high school.
It wasn't even like I had to tell them. It was like, you need to do this. Like, because
Yeah.
you're never going to finish school at this point because you don't give a fuck. So, like, the principal, my parents weren't thrilled about it, but they're like, we're not fighting with you to go to school every day. So it's just
Yeah.
like, you have a job, so just go fucking do that. Like,
Well, that was the thing. Like, so I immediately had to get had to get a job,
right, yeah.
and that's when I started. I think this is when I started working for Foot Locker. Like shortly thereafter.
God damn.
Or no, it was after. It was after.
You're
I
like
went
the
to school.
only Foot Locker employee to get a pension from Foot Locker.
No, definitely not.
No, I'm saying if you actually stuck it out.
Oh yeah. Like theoretically, I was probably like 20, 21 when I started working for Foot
I
Locker.
started working at Foot Locker
So,
when I was 17. And
theoretically, I
retired at 55.
If I still worked for them, I'd have 20 years in Foot Locker.
Jesus.
But like I did 6 or 7. Mike did like 10.
That's wild. Were either one of you managers at one
Yeah,
point?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, good.
yeah.
I was
we
hoping
were
you-
always assistant managers or store managers.
I was hoping you guys weren't still sales reps.
No. I mean, the thing was, it paid pretty good.
Yeah?
Like it wasn't bad. It was like, I mean, it doesn't sound great, but at the time it was like $350 a week plus commission.
Oh, okay.
So like, but you'd work 62 hours a week.
Right.
So like when you broke it down, like I remember when I was a store manager, I was making $40,000 a year.
Nice.
Right. I was 29 years old,
Hell
28
yeah.
years old. That sounds really fucking good. You
With
know?
no kid? That's
no kid.
fucking pretty good.
We were just spending it at the club.
Especially what?
Like we were like
early 2000s probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good back then.
so. That's great. And then you break it down, and you're like, oh, I'm working 75 hours a week. Oh, I'm making less than minimum wage almost, based on the amount of hours I'm working.
Right.
So then you're like, well, fuck this.
Well,
and like I was young enough to be like I can just go do something else, and I just did.
So you said you worked in the mall. Like,
Oh, yeah.
How relative to the movie Mallrats is it?
I mean, I was a mall rat in high school.
Right. So like you end up
Go to
that's
the
like,
arcade and like hang out because I went to Colony High, which is like you go through a trail in the woods to get to Colony Center.
Okay.
So you just leave school, go to Colony Center, and we'd go to the arcade. We'd hang out in Friendlies in the mall and smoke cigarettes. That was back when you could still smoke indoors.
you know the movie Mallrats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like as an employee of the mall, like it's kind of like working in a restaurant.
It's like a
no?
high school.
Yeah.
Like it's like it felt like high school. Like everybody's got
all the
groups and
stores,
cliques
all the
and-
stores are like coming together at the end of the night, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Shenanigans after and grab
Yeah,
a beer."
sometimes.
It's like, you know what I mean? Is
Yeah.
it like that?
Sometimes.
Because I never, I got thrown. Believe it or not, I got banned from the New Hartford Mall at a very young age.
I've been thrown out of malls.
Wow.
Oh, I got arrested there multiple times because the first time
Stealing?
no, skateboarding.
Oh yeah.
And the
Yeah, they
first
don't like
time
that.
the first time I got kicked out of there, I made such a stink about it because I was such an asshole that they took a picture of me and put it on the wall. And then anytime I ever tried to go back again, the security I made such an impression on them that they knew immediately who I was.
Sure.
And then they would immediately call the cops on me, and I would get trespassing tickets. So
But it's funny you say mall rats,
3
though,
times
because
I got arrested.
I also
there.
worked at Latham Circle Mall, which was the dirt mall.
What
Like
it-
the
yeah,
mall
you
they
guys
go
got
to that's like
so
a
many-
flea market.
You got
like
so
in
many.
Mallrats.
Yeah. You got so many malls out there. Like, what is the Colony Center?
There's
Mall?
Colony Center. There's Latham Circle Mall, which is the worst.
What is the Carousel Mall? That's Syracuse.
That's Syracuse.
So what is
Crossgates.
Crossgates. That's
there,
what it is. Okay.
So Crossgates is like the biggest
The
mall.
big one, yeah.
Colony Center is the next one, and then Latham Circle Mall doesn't really exist anymore. They tore it down.
Was
There's
it like a
also
strip?
Clifton Park Center,
Jesus.
which is in Clifton Park.
Okay.
Which isn't terribly far. There's
Right. Yeah.
Aviation Mall in
I used to
Saratoga.
go
There's
to.
a lot.
I used to go to Northern Lights all the time in Clifton Park.
Okay, yeah.
So I've been to a lot of shows.
I went
there.
to a lot of shows there
Yeah,
too.
it's fun. It was like the
I saw
best.
Static X there.
Really?
Like way back in there. I saw Vanilla
That's-
Ice there when he was doing his hardcore shit.
What? That's sick.
I saw Blue Oyster Cult there.
What? Why would they play there? Because they were just hurting for a show.
Right, it was just probably
Holy
like it was
fuck,
fun because
dude.
it was small.
Yeah. I saw one of my favorite shows ever that I went and saw there was Real Big Fish and,
Nice.
and Streetlight Manifesto.
I think I've seen Real Big Fish there.
I've seen them 3 times. They're fucking. I was listening to them before you guys got here.
I got.
You look like a ska musician,
Yeah,
by the
no,
way.
I'm not. I'm actually don't really like ska at all, except for
Come
Real Big
on.
Fish. Real Big Fish is like the only. I'm trying to think of somebody else that I'd be all right, kind of into.
Streetlight Manifesto is like one of the best.
Yeah, I
ska
dated a
bands
girl that
ever.
was like super into them, and I was just not. I was like, yeah,
I
not for
love
me.
ska, dude. I don't know why.
I was like, oh, this is good. Yeah, and I wasn't really into it.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it. It's
Yeah, I mean,
like-
I don't hate it.
It's like horns and
well, like
hardcore.
What was the band? The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. But
Yeah,
like,
they got a couple good ones.
Well, that was like an introductory thing for a lot
Yeah.
of people into ska. But he doesn't sound like any other ska band.
right. Yeah,
Like at
He's
least
got-
singer wise.
Yeah, yeah. He's
They
got
all kind of have like a
high pitched tone, and he's just very like deep and fucking.
He sounds like a hardcore singer,
Right,
that,
he
like
does.
joined a ska band.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's. I'm glad this came up organically because you look exactly like one of the members of Real Big Fish in the '90s.
yeah. And
Well,
I got their CD. I got Turn the Radio Off for free.
Nice.
I like found it, and it was like, oh, I know that song "Sell Out." And
Yeah,
I listened,
yeah,
and then,
yeah.
like, I got Beer and She's Got a Girlfriend Now, and like all those
Yeah.
other songs. And they like I was a big MTV kid.
Okay.
Like from when I was like I have older sisters.
All right. What year were you born?
83.
Oh, so you got to see the MTV when it was cool.
Well, like I have one sister is 10 years older than me, and my other sister is 7 years older than me.
Oh, so you're one of 3 then?
Yeah.
And you're the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm 41 and the youngest.
Damn.
And, like my dad's 80 years old. Like,
So
right?
your oldest sister's the same age as my mom.
Your mom's 52, 51?
My mom's 57.
Okay,
So
not quite,
pretty close, but
close.
still close. Yeah,
Yeah.
like she could be my aunt.
They might
They
like
could be sisters.
yeah, right. Yeah, they're like lots of MTV as a kid.
So-
all the MTV.
You ever watch the movie Basketball?
Oh yeah.
So that was like Matt and Trey's first
Real Big
fucking
Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that was the okay. It was one of Joey Diaz's first movies ever.
Yep.
He comes in on the rollerblades and he's just like he's a referee and shit, and then Real Big Fish is playing in the background. So it's just like, dude, I saw Real Big Fish when my dad rented it. We were like, I was probably in the 2nd grade. And my dad rented it for me, my brother, and him to watch, and he had no idea what it was. So like,
There's zero chance he knows who Real Big Fish is, by the way.
Oh, really? Do you know what the movie Basketball is?
No.
What? You're a comic and you don't know what this shit is?
No.
I didn't know. I wouldn't have bet on basketball, you not knowing that, but I would have bet that you had like your ska
Who did you
is
say?
very low.
You said that you liked, who was it? Camilla Toast or something? What was the person's name? Charmander? Isn't she named after a Pokemon?
Chapel Roan.
There you
Chapel
go. Yeah. Sounds like a Pokemon character. I just bought a bunch of Pokemon cards for my daughter for Christmas, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because her little boyfriend fucking likes them, so now she does.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
fucking pissed me off, dude.
Honestly,
I was so mad.
good investment.
No, they're not.
I will
honestly,
gambling.
I will
They're not.
show you right now.
They are hot.
They are, but like when we were kids, you would get the little silver and blue pack, right? You had no idea
Yeah.
what was inside of there. I didn't even know what they. First of all, like I said, I was hammered at Walmart last night shopping. So I was with my old lady, and she's sober, and I call her up, and we like tag teamed it. She's on one side, I'm on the other. We're trying to find Pokemon cards. I asked the lady, I go, "Where are they?" She's like, "Oh, they're right there." So I walk up, and it's just like this whole rack full of cards, and
Right.
I call Lindsay, and I'm like, all they got over here is fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards and fucking all this other dumb shit. And she walks up here and she just goes, "Hey, idiot, these are all Pokemon cards." I'm like, fuck. Well, then I'm looking at it and it's just like they have on display the best card in the pack.
Yeah.
So it's the first, and it's like you get 4 packs, and it's like a cardboard thing, and then like the best cards like right there already displayed, and like it defeats the whole purpose of buying them.
Well, no. Like so
could get
those
better
cards
in those
are
packs.
those cards are specific. So me and him play Magic.
Oh, you fucking losers!
I haven't played in a long time, but he's like super into it right now.
My
But I played like when I was a kid.
My
and-
cousin, who is deceased, was super into Magic, and like my aunt and uncle have his collection, and like they had
it's probably worth
they,
thousands.
They had it appraised, and they were like, it was local, and they were like, these are so valuable. I can't do anything with these.
Yeah, right.
They're
Like, you're not gonna
they're
like the price I can
They're
give
like,
you.
you have to go to another state, like
Or go online
That
or-
tote that I have right there that I put all the podcast shit in, they have like several of them full of Magic cards.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know anything about it,
Right.
but like, obviously with the big craze of cards and shit,
Yeah.
it came up a couple years ago, and we were talking about it, and like he died in. Let's see. I was in 3rd grade. I was born in 92.
Oh, they're old cards.
So so
Oh, my
it was
God,
like
that's probably
99.
thousands
It was
of
like
dollars.
98, 99. He got killed in a car accident the day after Christmas, and like he was like the nerd of all nerds. Like he's got every goddamn Magic card ever fucking made back then.
man.
Right.
And that's what the guy
crazy.
said. He goes, "I could rob." Like the guy was nice enough and was like,
Right.
"I could rob you right now and retire."
yeah.
But they're just like, we don't. They have so many, they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
like,
but
yeah.
with that like
Here's-
Pokemon stuff though, like those
Yeah.
cards.
Sorry,
are,
I didn't mean to go
Those
off.
No,
cards
no,
are
you're good.
yeah.
No, it's a
they're
good point.
specific to that box, right? That like plastic
I'll
clamshell
show
thing.
you. It's not even a plastic clamshell. It's all these.
but the packs are still packs.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
They're still
multiple
random.
packs in a box, like not even a box. It's like I can show you before.
Like
we
any
leave.
of those cards.
It's just
could-
weird.
If you want like advice, you should look for. Like,
I don't even want to be buying these for her.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like go look up
pissed about it.
look up like a local card shop, and then go to them and be like, hey, like my daughter wants to play because
She
this
doesn't want to
boy-
play. She does not
Yeah,
want
she wants to look at
She
it.
just
Here's
wants
the
to
thing.
have them.
Pokemon is not. Yeah, that,
She
that
just
was the other
wants
thing
to
they-
have them to
So,
brag.
Just go to like a card shop and be like, my daughter is into this boy. He likes Pokemon. She wants Pokemon cards. Can you just sell me some cards?
She's 8. I don't give a fuck what she
No,
has.
but you
Exactly.
can do is they'll give you a
That's
stack
fine.
of cards this big for $1.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can
All right,
go
I
there
got you.
and like there's a bunch of like commons and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
every time you buy a pack, the
It always
the
has
whole-
one good one.
Yeah,
Theoretically,
Yeah.
The market is set up so you get like 1 or 2 good cards, and
Yeah.
then you get like 2 to 15
Energies. I
fucking
got, you got a
garbage.
bunch of
Yeah,
energies.
they
Chaff.
suck. Yeah, chaff. Yeah, fucking card stock or
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah,
fucking
there you
call
go.
it. So but if it's a kid that just wants them for the art, you could just spend $2 and get fucking 200 cards
Yeah.
that are just like cute to look at.
The cards
And
that
they'll love it.
they can't give them away.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
it.
walking in, give me $100 for $1, and they're happy to do it just to get them the hell out of the store.
I didn't
Exactly.
even think about that.
Yeah,
I,
because like Walmart,
Especially
they're
with the
trying
little
to,
kids.
they're
Yeah.
gonna make like $40 off you, and like you said, they're set up now because they want the kid to see the one card and be like, "I want that card."
Right.
And you're looking at
That's
it like,
why I was like,
honey,
I don't,
like
I'm
you
not
don't even
buying
know
you
what you're
this.
getting.
Right? Yeah, I was like, back in my day.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
you know,
exactly.
They were $5 a pack, and like you didn't know what the fuck it was, and
Yeah.
it was just at the end of the aisle on this fucking strip of plastic like
Exactly.
this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
you can still find that at a card shop.
I didn't even know what the fuck they were. I was hammered, but my girlfriend was like, "These are Pokemon cards, you idiot." I was like, "Oh shit."
It's so funny.
Yeah, I should have gotten. I feel like I should have gotten into Pokemon because it was like I was probably like.
You were a teenager.
I was probably like
then.
16 when like the show hit, or 15 when the show hit.
Dude, I used to
and
dance
I just
around.
Didn't care.
I used to dance around my room to the theme song.
Me too.
Yeah, I did not
It
care
used to
about it.
slap.
Yeah, it did. It still does.
I watched what do you call it? Power Rangers probably a little longer than I should have.
I still watch it,
But
I'm
Yeah,
not kidding.
I don't like.
It's on Netflix now, the original.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
That's
hell
crazy.
yeah! So I watched the original.
Like I watched that up until like probably like freshman year of high school. So, like,
I
was still
didn't
watching
know
it.
that Power Rangers was 2 shows
Well, so
for
my
the longest time.
Oh, that it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I had no idea that
what do
it
you
was
mean
like
it's 2 shows?
so it's all the fighting scenes and everything are like a Japanese show, all right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
then,
fuck are you talking about?
And then all the high school, anytime
Oh
they're
no,
like,
we're gonna ruin it for
yeah.
them. Don't tell
So
them.
anytime they're not in costume, they filmed that for us. And then
Americans,
every
yeah.
time they're in costume in the Zords fighting Rita, all that other stuff,
Yeah.
that was a different thing.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
that's a Japanese show.
Are you
that they
fucking
bought the
kidding
rights
me?
to? I'm not
No.
even kidding.
So
and they
all right, what
voice over.
what about Ivan Ooze, the Mighty Morphin from Power Rangers? What is that then?
So at some point, I'm sure they started making original content because there was money to be made, like the movies and stuff, and like
Maybe
that stuff.
eventually?
Because that's
yeah.
one of my. To this day, I'm older, and it's
Yeah.
one of my favorite fucking movies.
Oh no!
But I don't know when it
Oh, the
switched.
movies.
I don't know when
the movies were
it
probably all
because at one point they did film like
But yeah, growing up.
appropriately, like they filmed it as one
like
show.
growing up in the '90s, you'd get home from school and like
Yeah.
you're in fucking second grade, you put the Power Rangers on.
Yeah, I would too. And then it turns out that it's just another show from Japan that they took the fighting scenes from.
That's
and
fucking
then
bullshit.
Made their own costumes.
Hired
and
a
then
bunch of American actors.
actors to do this like subplot
So
of like,
Tommy's
oh, we
a
go to
liar.
high school. And,
Tommy's a liar. He's not really a crowd. He's dead now, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
But anyway,
So is the
That's
the
because
Yellow
he-
Ranger is dead too.
the black one.
No, the Asian woman is dead.
And that's because they gave out the information that we know now.
That's bullshit.
No, I'm kidding.
The fucking internet. The internet.
Zed.
Goddamn internet.
Zed, yeah. Zed is
took
Elon
him out.
Musk, actually.
The band?
No, Zed. Do you remember Zed with the staff?
that his
and he
name?
had like the brain exposed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was his name?
I
Yeah,
thought
Zed.
Zed was the floating head. That,
No, that's Zordon.
Zordon. Yeah, Zordon.
There's Zed and Rita were like the two
I
major
know
villains.
Rita. I didn't know that the guy's name
Yeah.
was Zed.
Okay, Zed would be better for the head guy.
I used to
because
have
Zed
his
and
action
head-
figure.
But
with the
Zed had a
staff.
weird head. He had like
Yeah.
brains coming out of like the top of his head.
That makes sense.
And then there
You
was-
guys just ruined my childhood.
I
thank
know.
you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It
Appreciate
ruined it
that.
for
But
me too.
there's a lot of shows like that. Like they.
Oh no! I thought it was the only one.
You ever watch MX? You ever watch
MXC,
MXC?
MXC, the Chinese people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Japanese, but yeah,
Whatever the fuck they are.
yeah.
That shit was hilarious when I
They
was
took
a
a real
kid.
show and then just overdubbed it.
Yeah, that I did know. It was on like.
It's kind of similar though. It's kind of what they did. Like
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Except they hired like a whole like they yeah, because I don't think they were like high
Guy.
school
Remember
students.
Guy? Bring it on. Bring it on.
Guy Ledouche. Like they
Crazy.
When they were on that rope bridge just shooting volleyballs at them at 100 miles an hour.
it was just on at like midnight, 2 a.m. like every night on Spike TV.
Spike TV. It was,
Yeah.
dude, that was the greatest. It's like some little like tiny Asian woman comes out on that rope bridge and she can't even stand up, and then they're just shooting that guy with the fucking mask, and they're like making sound effects and shit, and then he's just shooting her with volleyballs at like 100 miles
Way
an hour.
before Wipeout ever existed.
That
Like,
was
like
that was the original
Wipeout.
Wipeout for sure, dude.
Wow.
And Ninja Warrior used to be a show called Sasuke.
My daughter's obsessed with that shit. She wants to do the show, and I think, believe it or not, I think she could do it. She's like,
There's down like near like
Rochester.
There's like training areas and stuff. Yeah.
So we just got one in Frankfurt,
Okay.
where my daughter goes to school. There's a
Like a gym?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do it. I mean, it's expensive as fuck,
Yeah,
but
right.
they have a whole goddamn.
Because it's bullshit. Anytime something's bullshit,
Right.
it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like it's a Ninja Warrior gym.
Yeah.
Oh, we can charge $200 a month for
That's
that.
100. That's exactly what it is. It's $200 a month for
If it
her
was-
to go.
if it was like
Yeah,
a-
you could send her to wrestling camp for $40
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
right.
and like actually get her
like
fit.
a trampoline gym is $8
Yeah.
for an hour, but like
Right.
this place is 20 or 50 for an hour.
Yeah.
Like just because it's like a more special thing.
That's exactly what it is, though. And like,
that's so funny.
she found out about it, and like, she's very into gymnastics, and like, she does competitive cheerleading, and like, she's very, very good. Like, oh, you don't see it here, but if you go around the corner, like, I have gym mats in this apartment.
For
Look how
practice
small it
purposes,
is, just
yeah.
so like we lay them out right there, so she can fucking practice. And I like just taught her how to do back handsprings in my living room.
That's cool.
Like, she's super loves gymnastics and that shit, and like, I made the mistake of putting on Ninja Warrior because it was on
Yeah.
Netflix and they had a kids edition.
Oh,
and she's
no.
just sitting there and she's like, Dad, I can do this. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. What the fuck did
a lot
I
of
just
upper
do?
body strength gymnasts. So like, yeah, that makes sense. That's all that. If you
Yeah.
watch it, that's all it is.
She's
It's like
a-
grip strength and upper body
She's a
strength.
7-year-old little girl. She can do pull-ups. She'll just sit there and fucking just
Damn.
bang them out, dude. She's jacked for a 7-year-old.
I've never done a pull up.
What?
I mean, I was 300 and something
Oh,
pounds.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Oh,
like,
that's true.
Gravity was not on your side.
yeah. Like, my arms would have to be like this big to be able to do a pull up. Like, you know what I mean? That's just not going to happen.
Yeah. No, it was.
People were having a hard time pulling you out of the crib as a kid.
Yeah, right. I was a fat baby.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
Were you a big
I was
baby?
12 pounds 6 ounces. When I was
Born?
born. Yeah. I do jokes about it.
Your mom must have hated
was
you.
a
I mean,
fat
I was a
baby.
C-section. Like it
Oh,
wasn't
well,
like
good.
yeah,
Thank
like-
God.
But I was like a month late. Like that was back when like that
Just
they just let that shit happen.
Cooking. You're just
Like,
sitting there cooking.
They don't do that anymore. You're like 4 days past. They're like, all right, get in here. We're getting it out. Like,
Mine is funny that like you were supposed to be born and you're like, let me cook.
No, I was chilling. I was chilling.
Get me in here.
I ain't
Procrastinator.
ready to come out yet.
Procrastinator since before I was born.
I got
Like,
all the
you know what
food I
mean?
need in
Like,
here,
Yeah,
baby.
this is free food in here.
Free
That
food,
explains
free
your
food,
personality
free
so
rent.
much.
Out there sucks.
He wants anything free.
Have you guys ever seen the movie with Brendan Fraser? It's called Blast from the Past.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
You never saw it? No, it's one of those
No.
like, yeah, I don't know. Well, it's funny because you're the same age, so it's like
I
don't
know.
I'm
Exactly.
an
No,
old
I'm just
man.
not a movie
I'm telling
person.
you right.
I don't watch
But I'm
enough.
also like an old man. Like not an old man, but like I grew up really fast, young, like very young, and then like I just love the old shit more than the new shit.
Right.
So like I have a very extensive knowledge of like movies, music, anything to have to do with like entertainment from back in the day because it just
See, and I-
always piqued my interest more than this crap that they got now.
I do. I'm that way up until I don't even know. Like I watched every movie I could watch. I would listen to every song I could listen to
Yeah.
until I was probably 30.
Yeah.
And then was like, all right. Like I mean, and now I'll still watch stuff, but like not like I wanted to see every movie.
Yeah.
Before that, and then like especially as a kid, I grew up with HBO. So I was like a 12-year-old.
Did you have the black box?
No.
Oh.
Like my childhood is funny because like both my parents worked, did pretty well, and then my mom was disabled.
Oh, okay.
So then like we lost half of our income,
Right.
and then we like no cable.
Was it something like significant that happened?
No,
or-
no, she just had arthritis and stuff all her life.
Oh, okay.
Like she was always in pain. Like she,
Gotcha.
You know, like and then she had like her hips replaced at one point. and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
I talked about that, and once your hips go, you're done.
And like that was pretty
There's
much
no
it.
coming
Yeah,
back
She wasn't
from
going to
that.
be like working because you can't sit for too long and you can't
Right.
stand for too long. So like,
You
what
get a
job is like a little bit of both?
Yeah.
there isn't really that. So like but as a kid I had like things were pretty decent. Like I always say I had a pretty good childhood, but you were talking about like trauma from
Yeah,
like, what
yeah.
is your trauma doing comedy?
Why are you a comic?
Is like growing up with like a disabled mother.
There it
And,
is.
like
we
like,
found out. See,
right,
we got
like,
to
it's-
the root of the problem.
to it.
yeah, it's not. I didn't get beat up. My parents weren't drunks.
Right.
Like, you know, like none of that. I mean, I was a fat kid. There's probably something there.
Yeah.
But I didn't get made fun of that much. I didn't get made fun of a lot because I
Right.
played sports. So like, I got away with it.
You had
kind
the
of.
loop. You found the loop at a very young age.
Yeah. Play baseball, wrestle,
play sports
football.
as a fat kid, and people respect you.
And then by the time you're 16, just quit playing sports, start smoking cigarettes, and then you're hanging out with a different group of people that isn't going to pick on you.
Right.
And now you've got both sides.
Yeah.
You've got the wastoids in the woods you're friends with.
The wastoids.
And then,
You are old.
Yeah. Yeah, we just smoke cigarettes and weed and stuff in the back of the woods.
We call them bridge people.
See that?
No, well, because in Herkimer there's the high school, and then there's this tiny little creek that runs by it, and we were allowed to leave for lunch breaks and shit, and then you'd have to go across this bridge, and then you weren't on school property anymore. So all the kids that smoked cigarettes
Had to go there.
would cross the bridge and hang out on the other side of the bridge to smoke cigarettes during the day.
We would stand just off school property in the morning and smoke cigarettes, and like we had a monitor.
Yeah.
There was like a dude that would like stand out there and make sure, like
Yep.
he was cool, like he was chill as fuck. He just had to stand out there and make sure we weren't standing on
school property. Yeah, that was a whole thing.
And then we used to smoke in during lunch because we had like an outside area with a couple picnic tables that you could go have lunch at. And we would take a cigarette and we'd spin the ring in a Snapple can and put the cigarette in the thing, and then you could be like,
"Oh wow, that's inventive as hell."
You just sit there and hold it
and hope the guy didn't pass out
and wait for him to turn around and like you're just smoking cigarettes at lunch.
That's funny.
When my sister went to Colony High, you could get a permission slip from your parents to say it's okay that you're smoking cigarettes.
That's
underage.
crazy.
My sister had a smoking pass at school.
It's
wild.
A smoking pass?
Yeah. Yeah, like my daughter is allowed to smoke cigarettes.
That's
like
funny.
getting tattooed
I
underage.
love that.
You gotta get a parent's permission slip to get tattooed underage.
And it wasn't
never
illegal
a
on
real
property.
thing. So
Like, that was back
I
when
love
teachers.
that.
That's back when teachers smoked like in their lounge.
right, yeah, yeah.
That's so
Because
funny.
you got to remember, my sister
Is there
went
anything like that
in the
now?
high school. My sister went to high school in like the late '80s, early '90s.
Jeez,
So like,
you're really showing your hand here, bud.
oh, I don't care. I like.
I know, I'm
I'm
just
the old
kidding.
guy a lot of the time.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys that are older than me, but pretty much I'm the old. Like me and Mike are the two oldest guys.
Right, yeah.
I tend to not act like it. Like I just.
No, you have a very kindred spirit.
I just don't feel like I don't know. I don't want to be a grumpy old man, so I just rather drink beers. With
I
the-
can't wait to be a grumpy old man.
And I get to be an energy vampire like that. Like I get to like live off the energy of like
See, he uses young people terms like that, but he's still old. That's crazy. I
like
hate when he
hanging
does
out with
that.
a bunch of 22-year-olds. Like you do feel younger. I'm
Right, yeah.
stealing some of it. Right. Like that's why like old people sit in a room full of old people and everybody's old and grumpy and dying because they're not hanging out with young people. You gotta hang out with young comics.
Hang
full
out
of
with
energy.
young. Just the fact that you're using the word young people.
Yeah, I used to feel like an old guy, but now I skibbity toilet in Ohio Wiz all over the place, and
I don't even know what that fucking means.
I don't either.
My daughter says that shit. I'm like, what
know
the
it.
fuck did you just say to me? Like, I talk to my kid just like I talk to you guys. Like, I swear at her and everything else. I'm just like, stop being a fucking idiot. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And people will be like out in public and they'll just be like, oh my God. Like, when she first started going to school and like we would be going to sporting events and shit, and I would just be like talking to another person and I'm like, fuck this, fuck that, like all
Right.
this shit. They'd be like, oh my God. But now that they all know that like I don't mean any harm by it, that's just how
Yeah.
I speak. And then I literally just had this conversation with my grandmother yesterday at my nephew's birthday party. He just turned 1. And I'm like, they're like, my grandma, she's like, you need to stop talking like that around little kids. And I'm like, no. I'm like, because the more that I swear around them, the less taboo the swear word is, which means they don't want to fucking say it as much. Because the only reason kids want to swear is because you make you make them think it's bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why they're like, oh, I want to say it because it's so bad. Like, dude, my daughter's 8. She doesn't swear. She knows it's bad. She just like, no. Like, I let her. I tell her, I'm like, say this. She's like, no. I'm like, why? She's like, because you sound like an idiot when you talk like that. I don't want to sound like you. That's what she says to me.
That's hilarious.
And then I'll be like, fuck you. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, see, like
What a
I mean, my
boss.
parents cursed
awesome.
in front of me. Like, but I also watched like a lot of like I said, I grew up with HBO, so I watched everything.
You know what I'm talking about by the black box?
Yeah, yeah. My friend had it. We used to watch all the Tyson fights.
All
on
right,
it.
good. 'Cause I was
and
gonna
then he
say-
got caught with it.
Yeah.
They like showed up at his
super
house.
illegal. Yeah, yeah.
They like showed up at his house,
I had
and
a
his
buddy
mom
that
just
had one.
handed it over.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, what are you going to do?
they're not the cops. You say I don't have it. Go fuck yourself. And then they say, well, we'll get the cops. And you go ahead. And then you smash it with a hammer and bury it in the backyard. Like,
Do you know what we're talking about? The black box?
I gotta pee again.
Man, Jesus.
Just put a counter.
Oh, my God. What is it, number 5 now?
At least
4 or
four.
5 times? Well, we've been going for a while now.
I don't want to seem like an old guy. I got a 5th pee.
Back in my day. All right, so what's your trauma story? Why are you a comic?
I don't really have a trauma. I mean, I grew up in a trailer park, I guess.
Yeah, my kid lives in it. Never mind.
Yeah, the trailer park was.
It's a nice one.
Okay, so I grew up in a. I don't know what they were called, but it was like an old farmhouse.
Okay.
Where they used to split it down the middle, so you would have like one family on one side.
A duplex.
Yeah, kind of. But it was like on a farm.
A carriage house?
Oh, fuck. There's like a certain name for it, but I can't remember what it is. But anyway, the one half of the house was like decrepit and like nobody lived there.
Okay.
So we were just living on the other side.
Were you farmers?
No, but my mom's dad, so my grandpa is a farmer.
Okay.
So it's like an old farmhouse that he used to have.
Gotcha.
He doesn't live there anymore.
So was it a house for like the help?
No. It was just like his old house that was big, but then all the kids moved out, and it was just him and my grandmother, and so he got a tiny house somewhere else.
Gotcha.
And then just gave it to my mom and my dad. So they didn't have to pay for it or whatever.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
how many siblings do you have?
I have 5 siblings.
Holy,
but they all
I'm one of
have-
5 as well.
Yeah, but they all have like I'm the only one of my parents.
Oh,
So like
that's your trauma right there.
yeah, so like my mom
We
my
figured
mom
it
has
out.
different kids, and then my dad has different kids, and then they met as like a blind date later on, like 20 years after they both
Yeah.
had kids, and then had me by accident.
Okay.
So then I'm just like 15, 20 years behind all the other
all the
siblings.
rest of them, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's what it is.
That is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
So
we go.
I was just they had to put up with me getting out of the house so that they could finish retiring
They're
or
like,
whatever.
Fuck, we just had another one we got to deal with
Yeah,
now. God
exactly.
damn it.
They're like, fuck, we're 40. We thought we were done. This was supposed to be the easy.
This shit was
end of
supposed
the
to be
life.
over.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, your parents are like not too much younger than my parents, and
Yes.
you're like 10 years younger than
Exactly.
me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
you're the same age as my siblings,
Right,
which is
right.
so funny.
But they're the
It's-
oldest.
Yes.
So that's
but they're
different,
all
too,
like,
yeah.
yeah. I'm the youngest, but I'm the youngest by like 10 years.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's like
almost same,
there was
yeah.
like there's a group of them that were all very close in age.
Gotcha.
And then my parents stopped having kids. Then they both got divorced, met each other, accidentally had me, and then they were like, "Fuck it, we'll just fucking, we'll send it, we'll keep them."
Yeah, I have one biological brother. We're a year apart. I have one stepbrother. We're 3 weeks apart.
Oh wow,
That's random.
Yeah.
Like, to be
Yeah.
that close. And
I'm September 8th. He's October 12th. So very close. Or
Damn.
yeah, something like that. It's very, very close. And then I have a half sister and a half brother, but I don't like doing that. But they're my brother and sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm also one of 5. But I'm right in the middle.
See,
Like,
that's funny.
I'm
If I
smack
went
dab
that
in the
way,
middle.
I'd have no siblings.
Like my
If
sisters,
I was like, no, I don't do the half sibling.
I'm 32. I'm 32. My sister's just turned 21, and then my youngest brother,
wow.
just turned 18.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So, like, the
I have
opposite.
nieces and nephews that are like 19.
yeah.
Like,
Dude, I was growing up, like, I have nieces and nephews that are like a year or 2 behind me.
oh, right.
Oh, that's
Because
wild.
my siblings were having kids when I was born.
So my idiot
That's
brother had a
fucking
kid when he was
crazy.
16. So my nephew just turned 15.
Yeah, I
and
was-
then he just had
Damn.
another kid that just turned a year yesterday.
I was like 18 at my sister's wedding.
Oh, that must have been fun as fuck, though.
Yeah, I got fucking hammered.
I love weddings, dude.
Oh, the first time I ever got drunk was at a wedding.
I've said it on this podcast a million times. I think weddings are fucking awesome. I love them. I've had
it
so
depends.
much fun. Every wedding I've ever been to has been
oh,
a
no,
blast.
I've been to some bad ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, elaborate.
Like, well, no, like, I mean, I went because you had to. It wasn't like a good friend's wedding.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like a cousins or something. And
See,
you're
my
like,
cousins' weddings were awesome.
yeah. See, I don't really know them that well.
Oh, see,
or
we're
like,
a very
you know.
tight knit family, but we're huge. Like I have a huge family, but like me and all my cousins are all the same age, and we all grew up together. So like their weddings were awesome. Like we all grew up together, so like we were all best friends. So like it was just a giant party.
Yeah. See, like all my friends' weddings have been fun.
So like I'm doing coke in the bathroom, fucking, you
yeah.
know.
See, that's the thing. My group
It
of
was a
friends.
lot of fun.
That's not my group of friends. Though. I had to go to a random bathroom.
I'm like doing a toot in the bathroom and fucking coming out and dancing with my grandma. So
Yeah, we were drinkers and smokers. That was pretty much it. Like we smoked a lot of weed, and I always say like people are like I didn't go out in our 20s. We didn't go out to the bar to get laid. We went out to the bar to get drunk.
right,
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
and that's
both.
what we did. Yeah, well, if it happened, great.
right. Hey, get down, get down.
I'm petting you. I'm the one petting
She's
you.
been so good this whole time.
Yeah.
She just like finally hit the point where she's like, "All right, you motherfuckers, now it's time. I let you guys go. Now you need to give me affection."
I'm giving her all the attention.
She don't
She's
care.
just like,
Jump
no,
on me.
I want it from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
she's such an attention whore, dude. I'm telling you.
Dogs like me better.
You
too,
wanna
most
be
of
on the
time.
podcast
Just in general.
so bad.
Dogs love me, man.
That's messed up. I'm literally petting her the whole time.
I'm good
She
at. I'm
jumps
good
up
at.
on you.
Stop.
Like,
I'm good at petting dogs, which is a weird skill to have.
I'm good at petting
I am
dogs.
for sure. For sure.
that sounded so creepy.
Like my sister's dog loves me. Like I walk in the house, she's like, he doesn't do that to anybody that lives here. You walk in and like, because I'm good at petting dogs. I don't know what it is. I'm good
You
at
need to
petting
get a
dogs.
shirt that says that. I'm good at petting
It
dogs.
says in my Tinder profile, it says your dog will love me. in my Tinder profile, because it's true. I guarantee it.
No, I would put I'm good at petting dogs in the profile.
That
Yeah.
should be the
would go.
profile thing, because like, oh man.
That's funny.
And then your profile picture should be a white T-shirt in black letters that just says, "I'm good at petting dogs."
Just doing that. I don't know what this means, but sure.
I mean, it's fucking hilarious. Oh shit! All right, so what time we got to get done here? Because we've been going
Probably
for,
soon. I gotta get
you
back
know,
to Dad.
We've been cooking for a while here.
and
I'm
make sure
good
he eats
whenever
dinner.
he's driving. So
Yeah,
Oh,
doesn't
all right.
I'm whenever.
Well, you guys want to wrap it up or what?
Sure.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about or promote or anything like that?
When do you think this will be out?
I can't give you a date.
Right.
I'm sorry.
2 weeks.
Way more than that.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
January.
It might be a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got like 6 episodes backed up right now.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Like, when we were talking about it outside, I've been trying to backdate him a lot lately because my cousin's going into his final semester of college for his
That's
whatever
your editor?
for whatever degree he's getting. So this coming semester is his last one, which is like he like jam packed his schedule. So he literally just texted me the other day and was like, "Look, I don't know how on top of this I'm going to be able to
Sure.
be." He's like, "So I'm going to try to get everything done that I already have right now." He's like, "But anything that's new after this one," he's like, "it might not be out in time, but this is like the 6th one on like with the other one, like you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So it might be a while."
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, like,
I'm sorry.
no,
I
no.
know it's not perfect for promoting things. I know that, but
no, I mean, it's fine. I mean, how many? It's funny. Like, say, like 1,000 people watch.
yeah,
That means probably 20 of those people live in Albany.
yeah.
And then one of those people might actually show up to the
Right,
thing.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like it's not that big of a deal.
I can push it though. Like I gotta,
Nah, I mean-
I gotta give him the SD cards tomorrow, or probably tomorrow or Monday. So like I can have him move it up, but
No,
I mean,
it's not a huge deal. I'm just trying to figure out which to promote. If it's so I have a show January 11th. That might
I could
be
have it out
too
by then.
soon.
I could
but
have
if
it
it's
out by
not,
then.
that's like the most latest one
Yeah.
that I can think of.
I'm on that
That's
show as well.
Son of Egg. Oh, are you on this one too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So Son of Egg in Rensselaer. It's the Are You Afraid of the Dark comedy show.
did you just post that?
I probably did,
just
yeah.
I just saw somebody post something about that.
This one I'm super excited for because I do this one. Like I'm putting it on. It's me and my friend.
Oh,
put
really?
this
Oh,
show
hell
on.
yeah, nice.
We have this like we got lucky in this like Korean restaurant. It has an upstairs that they rent out.
Nice.
And we do an open mic there. We did a show there.
Do you make money off that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean the show that we did was good. I mean, it's tricky because you got to pay out all the comics still. So everybody made like 30 or something like that. So that's not terrible or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Anything more than $20 is
Right.
great.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, unless it's
we
like
also fucked up and we like split the ticket sales with the owner, and like typically that's not how you do it, but that's logistics
Yeah.
kind of thing. We should have just taken all the ticket
Should've
sales.
just did a door
they
deal,
get
yeah.
the drinks and they get the food and
Right.
blah 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 blah. But whatever. But this is our show. It's really cool. We put curtains up and like set up the lighting, and it makes it feel like a really good show. It's really intimate.
Do you guys have all that equipment yourselves?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Yeah.
another buddy of our comedian, like he built a stage there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he built a stage for us. I bought speakers. We got microphone, everything. Then we bought curtains to put up to block out lighting so that it's a kind of like a smaller room. 'Cause it's
like an intimate fucking
yeah. Because it is just a big open, upstairs room.
Right.
Think of like a restaurant with like the upstairs seating
Yeah.
or whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Kind of block it off a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
I was in a band for a while, so like I know about
very similar
investing
stuff.
in
Yeah.
equipment and all that shit
Exactly.
to sell the show. So I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
exactly.
used to have to fucking do that shit too. So
Yeah.
I guess if it's going to be out around January, I'm doing a game show.
Oh yeah, I'm on that too.
What?
Right?
So, have you ever heard of the match game? I don't know if you know what it is.
like the dating game.
No, see, everybody thinks it's a dating game. It's not. It's like a fill in the blank kind of thing.
Oh, I thought it was a dating game.
No.
Yeah, no, everybody does.
I'm on it, and I thought.
Yeah, Patrick thinks it is.
Whoops.
But it's more of like if you look up the match game on YouTube, like you see like it's like a 70s game show that was like
Okay.
everybody's like smoking cigarettes and drinking and
Hell
stuff,
yeah.
like playing it. And so we're doing 2 shows. I'm hosting it. I bought like a weird shiny suit to wear.
Nice,
Like,
dude.
but yeah, we're doing one.
Are you gonna wear the beret?
No, I'm thinking about getting a wig.
Oh, dude, you got it. You got to do
That would
it.
be sick.
Do
Yeah.
the wig, but like the typical '70s fucking like box cut
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
with
yeah.
the.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, we're doing one the 15th at the Van Dyke in Schenectady, and we're doing it again on the 27th at Lost and Found in Albany on Broadway. And yeah, no, it was just something I always wanted to like be on a game show, or
Hell
like watched
yeah.
a ton of game shows growing up.
Fuck yeah.
And there's this girl Bree Morrison that like has done a couple of like game showy style shows. So I like put it to her. I'm like, hey, do you want to try doing this? And we put it together and we actually sent out a bunch of emails to like find places to do it. And one place said yes, and then like 2 weeks later, another place said yes. So we're like, well, let's do 2 and see how that goes. And
Oh, that's how that worked out.
yeah,
Okay.
like we just put out a bunch of feelers, and then people said yes.
Do you guys know? Okay, so this is random, but I got a friend request or a follow on Instagram the other day from a guy named Sasha Goldman or something. Does that name ring a bell?
No.
He's got like 15,000 followers on Instagram, which is pretty big.
Yeah, sure.
You know, to add my stupid little podcast, but he's a comedian and he also has a game show. So like,
No shit.
I didn't know if I asked him this the other day, and he's like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about, but like, I didn't know if maybe he was from here. He's from I like creeped him a lot, and like he's based out of Tennessee, I think, or North Carolina, one of the two. But like, all of his shows are down south. So like, I didn't know if he was a comedian that started here that you guys might know. That
have
like
no idea.
that like moved down there, but like one of you guys said something to him, so he added the show. But like, yeah, so like, yeah,
It could have just it literally could have just been like a hashtag.
it was
put in a
wild though.
post.
Yeah, like
Like-
I don't know why he added me because when we had Mike on the show, I got like 30 new followers on the Instagram, but it was like all you guys,
Yeah.
like the Albany comics and shit. You know what I mean? So it happened around that time. So I just kind of thought,
thought he was
I
part
thought
of the
it was
same.
part of you guys,
Oh,
but
right.
like he kind of started getting bigger, so he moved away. Like, you know what I mean? How that kind of happened.
He might have just found it, and
Oh,
because like
yeah.
I just didn't know if maybe you guys knew the name or knew
No
who he
idea.
was or whatever. Yeah. So, all right. Well,
No.
sorry for
I
throwing
wish I
that
did.
out there, but I thought maybe you guys knew who he was.
Yeah.
Wish I did. It sounds like he's doing well.
He is.
right.
Yeah. He's,
I take
yeah.
15,000 followers. Right
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Real.
But, dude, you got to chill the fuck out right now. Holy shit.
But yeah, and anybody listening, like, you can go to Albany Comedy on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
At Albany Comedy.
Yeah, we'll put everything in the description. Anything you guys want to plug or promote, we'll put all your fucking all your things in the description of the YouTube and all that shit.
Yeah, follow both of us on Instagram. That'd be great. It always helps.
Yeah, start putting out. Buy one of these $100 cameras that I have and start filming your
hate
fucking
filming
episodes. Or filming your sets. You guys have to do
Well,
that.
the thing is, like, yes, and like I
Even
won't
if they're
disagree with
bad,
you on that.
Even if they're bad.
Yeah, no. You don't put bad up.
I'm not saying put the bad ones up, but I'm just saying film everything.
everything,
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, dog? What the fuck are you doing?
What's tricky about it is that
Greg, get down.
It's still trying to get my attention while doing that.
Yeah, she did that to get closer to you.
Yeah, I know, that's
Like,
fucked
what the
up.
fuck was that?
I'm good at petting dogs.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh. All right, well, on that note, we're going to end the show.
Cool.
All
Thank
right?
you for having us.
Yeah, of
Thanks
course.
for
Hey,
having us.
thank you guys for making
much fun.
Thank you for making the drive out here. I really appreciate it. I know it was a little bit of a haul.
Nah, it's all right.
You know, I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
You guys liked it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So, as always, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to plug all their social medias in the description like we always do. We got Blake Whitbeck and J.Connolly over here. Make sure you follow their social medias and keep your eye out for them because, you know, they're funny stand-up comics. So, as always, we love you guys, and we'll see you all next week. Peace.